Hello, hello, hello. Give me one moment here. Let's get everything. Oh, of course. The one thing I don't check brakes. Something lights are hard. Oh.
Don't you know by now to check these things?
I know, right? Come on. Hey, work, you bastard.
If you didn't cuss at it, it would, I don't know, work.
Maybe. Let me see here. Let's try. Oh, come on. Oh my god. There it is. Will you please work?
Well, now you're talking nicely to it.
Yeah. Because it hates me. Doesn't want to work.
Well, yeah, because you're so mean to it.
Yeah, well. It deserves it for not working. We live in an age where if it's not connected to the internet properly, your light doesn't work, by the way. Just saying. Hello, it's an Avinash the Gamer. Hang on 1 minute. Slight technical difficulties because, you know, internet connected lights are hard. Hey, there we go. Oh, God. Alright. There we go. Hey, look, it's a webcam and everything. Hola, it's an alpha woof.
Woof.
Hello. We live in an age where if your light isn't connected to the internet properly, it will refuse to work. Your light.
In all fairness, though, we did have a power surge last night.
I know. To be fair, the internet shouldn't have actually gone down, or our network shouldn't have gone down at all, because of the power. It wasn't a surge, it was a brownout or something.
A blip.
Blip.
Like
A
in,
blip.
in Infinity Wars. A
Yeah.
blip.
Yeah, blip. Hey, let's get you a proper microphone here. Boop.
We tried that last time, remember? It was echoing.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'll figure something out. Have my coffee.
You know, in your defense, we have been like dealing with finals and crap, so we just didn't have time to test anything.
Today? Oh, I had time.
No, last week.
Oh, last week, yeah. Yeah,
Today,
I think
you woke up and had 15 minutes until your stream, and you're still streaming late.
Actually, I'm not. I streamed on time. I just, you know, started a little later because the light. But hello.
Welcome to the Chelsea Show.
Welcome to the Chelsea Show. I'm tired. I should, yeah, I should not have stayed up so late.
What time did you stay up until?
3?
Why?
Because The Witcher is a fantastic show.
You were rewatching Witcher without me?
Yeah? I didn't think you wanted to rewatch it.
Hello?
Oh. Hey, good morning. It's an
Good
IP
morning.
gentleman. How is Sir IP Gentleman today? Oh, graduated. I forgot you graduated this semester, huh?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
High school or college?
College.
College.
That's how I'm doing. So what's your plans for work? That's the real question.
Why do you have to throw in like real life stuff? Why can't you just let the dude enjoy the fact that they're graduated?
Because you can never enjoy things. Not until you're rich.
Okay, fine. Give me back the coffee that you're clearly enjoying right now.
I'm enjoying my coffee. I got the grid to do for another month or two. All right. And the hunt is on. Yeah. Well, yeah, one day I'll graduate too. Speaking of which, I have to put my class back on my schedule for next semester.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
You're working on that? I'm confused.
To put your... Oh, you need to re-register for that class.
Yeah, I need to,
Sucks.
yeah. Sucks, but... Oh well. I mean, it really sucks, but oh well. Let me see here. We can do that in the meantime here, while everybody's kind of filtering in.
Will you print out a new class course schedule so I can put it on the calendar?
The thing is, I have to kind of figure out, you know, when I want to add it, or when it needs to be, because I think my classes... Let me see, for next semester my classes are... Monday, Wednesday? Vaguely? Something along those lines, right? Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, and like afternoons. So I want to try and find something that's Monday, Wednesday. We'll find it.
Do we actually have classes on opposite days?
I don't know, do we?
We do.
No.
No.
9 a.m. the 3-hour
No.
course times do it.
No, 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 never again.
No, I'm not a morning person.
That was my chemistry class, except my chemistry class was at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was a 3-hour class.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Because I thought, hey, get it over and done with. You'll have the rest of the day to do stuff. I was wrong.
That's not how that works.
Oh, I was wrong.
Morning, Avinash the Gamer. Wait, I think you were, yeah, you were earlier. Good morning. Again.
It was a very horrible lapse in judge. I think it was late at night when I decided to do that. It was whatever.
Yeah.
It was very horrible lapse in. No, I know what it was. It was the only class that I had with that professor was teaching, and we see how well that turned out. But I passed. I passed. So
At least
you
you
know
passed.
I passed.
At least you passed.
At least I passed. Oh, I just realized too that this has a microphone. I don't know if that does anything.
It does not.
Oh.
It's plugged into an out, not an in.
But at least I have my own pair of headphones now,
You do.
so I can be part of the conversation.
Whatever conversation that is. Currently, you're just listening to music.
At least I'm not sitting here in the quiet.
That's true. You gotta listen to music, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually just sat down and listened.
Oh, here you go. It's a good opportunity. Ooh, story time. Story time.
What do you want to hear a story about?
Here's a story. So last time I streamed, there was a fellow, I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Avinash, it might have been someone different who,
Oh, please, are you
was-
gonna say the thing that I got mad about?
no,
Okay.
who was in the stream, and there was a interesting language barrier there. It was difficult to get information across, so language barriers are hard.
The dude that was it that was speaking like German or Hungarian or something?
No, it was last stream. It was someone who just kept saying like they couldn't understand me, which is difficult because, you know, how do you make it so that way you can talk so people can actually understand from different languages and different cultures? You don't, really. You try, but you don't.
Or you can learn how to talk a different language.
You could, yes.
But
My youngest sister just learned why you don't use the same password for everything.
wow.
Yeah. I think I learned that one the hard way too, way back when, before I started getting into security.
Your eyes just start to.
No?
Why? I'm curious of what happened.
I'm trying to think of the time that did happen to me. I think it was like a Dropbox password or something I vaguely remember. No, it was earlier than that. Someone got her email and password for a previous breach and just started logging into all her stuff. Yep. Sounds about right. Hey, hello, Simon Destroyer. Hej, hello.
It's hey.
Hey, it could be pronounced hey. How do you pronounce that? But hello anyway. How are you today? I've been playing with, so yeah, not yesterday, shit. It was Thursday. Yes. Thursday, a group of people from our cybersecurity club got together and discussed a couple of various like vulnerability things. So a few things that we discussed specifically were kind of were ways to kind of honeypot or trap red team or make their investigations more difficult or slower, which is something that it was kind of interesting to listen to hear. And so over the last couple of days, I've been playing a lot with a couple of those interesting tools. Well, thank you. Hey. Yeah, over the last couple of days, I'm playing with those tools, and I'm kind of been combining them with other tools into more appropriate utilities things. I am from India. Where are you from? America, the great United States.
Not that great.
It's fine.
Right.
It's a good country. It's a solid country.
It is.
Yeah, the United States. So I've been, one of the things that I've been playing with a lot over the last 2 days that absorbed a lot of my time. Did you make sure you hit the links for the tools you wanted submitted? They were due yesterday. Didn't really have anything that wasn't already there. Everyone else already got to all the things I was going to use. So hey, that works. So yeah, over the last couple of days I've been playing with those, and one of the things in particular I've been playing with, but I'll continue kind of playing with other tools as well, but one of the things in particular I've been playing with is something called Canary Tokens. And so I was super interested in those just for the play value that they have. They're not entirely useful in like a competition, unfortunately, because they're more difficult to set up properly, or at least in such a way that would make sense. But I could see them being useful for, longer term infrastructure. So they're really interesting and cool. And there's ways to hook them into various dashboards and things, but it's definitely difficult. It took me, I don't know, probably a solid couple of days to get everything set up the way that I wanted, and if I did it again, it would probably take me most of a day. Yeah, it's hard. How many times did the new Black Flag Day come all the time? 666 days? I'm very confused. Hang on. How many times new Black Flag Day comes? What is new Black Flag Day? Are you talking about like Assassin's Creed, or I'm confused here? I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, Canary Tokens has been something that I've been just kind of playing with. So specifically, I kind of booby trapped my websites to redirect to various this Canary Tokens thing. So basically, if you go to a82.ninja/something, right, a slash like something that doesn't exist, like WP admin or whatever, then it will redirect you to a Canary token, which will then redirect you to a82.live, which is where the site is supposed to redirect to initially. If we take it to Canary Tokens, could be a late day one, day two thing. Try day 3 or 4 or 5. They're not easy to get set up. The thing is, they're easy to set up. The problem is they're difficult to set up in such a way that actually works for logging, and I'll explain that in a little bit here. So one of the things that you can do with Canary Tokens is you can make them submit results to an email address, which is easy enough, but the problem is one, it gets really spammy, like really spammy, and two, it's difficult to do that because, well, it's difficult to do that in a kind of a contained environment, because what ends up happening is you have this external service trying to send emails to a legitimate email address, and if you're in a contained environment, you can't check public email addresses, and you have these private ones instead, and you can't send emails to private addresses or internal addresses, so it's difficult. So the next best thing is the Canary Tokens offer webhooks, basically, and so I've been playing a lot with webhooks, and I've discovered that one of the best ways to deal with any kind of incoming data is through webhooks, and it's great. And I discovered a automation platform called Hugin, Huginn, which is the name is based off of Odin's birds, who were thought to go around the world in the morning and then come back in the evening to Odin and bring news of what happened in the day, so he's all-knowing. So the platform is called Hugin, again, Huginn, and you can set it up, and it can take all sorts of data from all around the world. You can feed it whatever you want, and one of the things that it does is it can set up webhooks that you can then use in like Canary Tokens. So instead of Canary Tokens sending you an email, now it posts the same data to a webhook, and I set up Hugin to capture that data, and then it basically ends up in a chain. It captures that data and then feeds it to another source in Hugin, and then feeds that to another source in Hugin, which then feeds to an Elasticsearch, a custom Elasticsearch index that I have, which then feeds to a custom Kibana dashboard, or not Kibana, Grafana dashboard that I've created. It's a lot of feeding from one thing to another, but eventually it does get from source to dashboard, and I can see all sorts of really cool information on the dashboard. Do you have OVHs or VPNs? Are they good with fast connections? Are you talking like for my server that I use, or the websites that I have? For the websites that I set up, I use OVH. It works just fine. It's expensive. It's very expensive compared to other solutions. It's like compared to a cheap VPS that you can get for $5 a month, it's ludicrously expensive. I pay $70 a month for my bare metal server that I use. But as far as VPNs go, I don't currently use any VPNs. I technically do, but that's for work, and that's about it. If I were to be using VPNs for security or for privacy or whatever, I would probably wait 1 second. I will probably use CryptoStorm, or NordVPN works as well. Honestly, any VPN really works as long as it's paid. Just for home connection, I'm looking for a good one so I don't get DDoSed. Yeah, Cloudflare. Yeah, $70 a month is not easy to come up with sometimes, but I've been doing it for about a year, so hey. I do a backflip. It's really hard to do in a chair. Also, hello Prisma Hacks, and hello, they call me Jazzy. How are you today? We're kind of chilling and chatting. It's difficult to do a backflip. I appreciate the suggestion though.
Can you even do a backflip?
No, I can't. not even out of a chair can I do a backflip. But especially in a chair, it's difficult to do. Max the best. Yes. There's a few VPN options out there. Pick whatever one you like.
Which one did we use when we went to Vegas?
I think we used CryptoStorm because that's what I was using at the time, and you know, honestly, I'd still use it just because it's easy to get, like, instead of paying for an entire month with NordVPN, you can get like a week with CryptoStorm.
I don't remember. I just know that when we were in Vegas, you told me to stay connected to the VPN no matter what and don't connect to any public Wi-Fi's.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And then I came home and my mom yelled at me and she was like, the data usage is through the roof. And I'm like, yeah, because I didn't connect to any Wi-Fi while I was there. Alex told me not to.
I'll spin around. Okay, let me see if I can. This chair's really big.
Ow.
Oh, I tried.
Why?
I don't know, because they told me to.
Okay.
I do everything because people tell me to. That's. No. There. I did a thing.
Yeah, and you pushed me out of the
Enjoy.
way. Now I have to, like,
Sorry.
resituate myself. Thanks. You know, I was...
Prismahack says, hi, do you have a rat on your most powerful flash drive, the one that bypasses passwords? That is not a rat. Rat is a remote assistance tool.
Hey, don't judge, I tried.
No, that's fine. I just want to be clear on the terminology. Rat is a remote assistance tool. Most commonly, they're used as... most commonly, they're actually used as things like... What is it? What is the thing I use on mine? It's TeamViewer. Yeah, TeamViewer or the like. Basically, RDP is a remote assistance tool. Those are rats. Fun thing today. Windows 10 or Windows ever since like 7, I think, comes in pre-installed with remote assistance tools or rats. They get a bad rap because rats can be used as, you know, backdoors basically into a computer, but that's what they're for. So the thing that's on the most powerful flash drive is I don't know if it works anymore because of Windows 10 updates, but it's I don't think it works on encrypted or BitLockered Windows either, but it basically screws with the Windows registry in order to bypass the password login, or at least set temporarily the default password for the admin user to a known password. I'm not sure if it works on Windows 10 anymore. It's a few years old, so maybe they updated it. I'm not sure. Wolf says, yo, so I sent a Canary token on a WhatsApp group trying to get all the people's public IP in their OSs, but I freaked up after realizing that I had no idea who was who. It was a big oof. Any suggestions are a better idea. Don't do that. Why would you do that? The Canary tokens are supposed to be used to be kind of these honeypots that attackers can access that give you data on where, how, when, things like that. Try not to send Canary tokens in Discord. Why would you do that?
I feel so bad for this person.
The only data, oh Jesus, the only data that you get from a Canary token is like an IP address, some user agents and things, which you can use that data to collect information from people or to de-anonymize people, but you're going to de-anonymize people to a degree that you can say that person X did this, this, and this, and who knows who person X is. New firewall coming for the lab. Hey, fantastic. I think you mentioned that a couple of streams ago too. Thanks, you just made my day. You're welcome. Things streamers do, yeah. A remote access Trojan. I know, I'm a little bit behind, I apologize. Remote access Trojan. Nope, remote assistance tool. Although remote access Trojan also works, I think.
I'm getting Megatron vibes from this music.
I'm betting it probably is Tron. Oh, nope, it is not. Wow, I'll be damned. It's called Hammer Time. Stop?
Stop.
Well done. Well done.
We cute.
For the lulz, yeah.
I
was
think we've been
perfect.
spending too much time with each other without the same mindset, like thought process.
That was good.
Oh, it's on its way. My headphones. My ridiculously expensive headphones that are expensive for no reason.
How expensive are they?
Don't want to know.
How expensive are they?
Well, why don't you look up for yourself?
Okay, so these ones cost about $200. They're actually more expensive than these. They better be fucking better quality than these.
It's Apple.
They better be better quality than these.
Open up your internet and look. I'm not telling you because you'll yell at me.
For the goddamn price, you better be getting good quality earbuds or headphones. Earbuds? Headphones?
Earbuds.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Of course they're earbuds. Applecom.
Whatever.
Sure.
Okay, go up to iPhone.
Okay. Let's take a look here.
Go to AirPods. No, these ones.
AirPods Pro. Okay. So how much are the AirPods Pro?
Don't yell at me.
Ouch. $250. AirPods Pro or $250.
Do you realize that I have a $500 pair of headphones in there?
I know. I'm just wondering, like, that $500 pair of headphones is also worse quality than these.
Yeah, but I got those $500 pair of headphones for free.
Free.
No, it was free.
Free.
Alex, they don't raise the price on their computers when it's time for the...
Well, they get all their money out of you one way or another.
I'm an Apple person, okay? Sue me. I was gonna say screw me, but that's not appropriate.
What games do you play, says Prisma Hacks? Currently, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. A lot.
Yeah, I posted that. I forgot to tell you. I posted that on Snapchat that you were playing.
Mm-hmm.
I've got... Is that Elder Scrolls?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that Dungeons and Dragons?
No. Well,
Like, do you
sort
guys
of.
not know your
Ish.
games? Like, it was...
It's the same genre, at least.
It was
Okay.
K-Cup that asked if
Oh,
it was
Jesus.
Elder Scrolls, and I'm like, no, it's Assassin's Creed.
It's besides, which of the Elder Scrolls would it be? Would it be Morrowind? Would it be Oblivion? It would be closer to Oblivion with the graphical quality, but I think in terms of gameplay, it's closer to Morrowind than it is Skyrim. Or Oblivion? Jesus, Morrowind than it is Skyrim, not Oblivion. Elder Scrolls is a series.
Well, yeah, I know that now.
Okay. So Elder Scrolls is a series you have. in the series, the most popular games are Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. Elder Scrolls 5 is Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 4 is Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 3 is Morrowind. Morrowind is full of terrible nightmare-fueled creatures, by the way.
Okay, at the risk of, like, you making that face on me again,
You
that,
fine? What's up?
you know, the face where you said, et tu Brute, and I said, what is that from? And then you made that face.
Yes.
What's...
Mordor?
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings.
okay. Thank you.
It's, you've seen Lord of the Rings. I know you've seen Lord of the Rings.
No, because after...
Mordor is the place that they're going to.
No, because after Bilbo's... What is that? Bilbo's, grandpa, uncle...
I'll get back to chat in 1 second.
Someone in the first Lord of the Rings, after he turned into that scary dude when he was reaching for the ring. That was
The scary dude that was reaching for the ring?
Yeah, when Frodo was showing him the ring, and then he like tried to grab it and turned into that scary dude.
Oh, you mean Sauron?
He went rawr.
Yeah.
That
rar.
was all I saw.
Sauron goes rar.
I am not culturally educated, okay? No.
Apparently not. Black Flag was the only AC game I could stand. Assassin's Creed Odyssey also has lots of boats. If you like Black Flag, you'll probably like Odyssey too. Odyssey is more of an RPG than anything else, which is exactly what I love. Unfortunately, I dislike boats.
I tried playing Black Flag. It didn't work out very well.
Primarily because it was an open seas pirate game that occasionally had Assassin's Creed minigames. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is nothing like any of the previous Assassin's Creed games at all. It is really is way far out there, and there's tons of boats. You're in Greece, and in Greece there's lots of islands, and how do you get to those islands? In boats. So there's pirate ships, and there's Athens versus it's Athens versus Sparta. There we go. Athens versus Sparta. That's the whole premise. And you have to kind of you get to talk to Socrates and shit, which is awesome. You get I killed a Minotaur, the Minotaur. That was cool. I've been playing a lot of it. It's fun, and it is legitimately an RPG. It plays like an RPG, but with boats. I don't like boats though. Now here, Odyssey is just like any other Ubisoft sandbox. Sorry, Prisma, I'm getting back to you. Yeah, it is a sandbox. But it does have the sandbox things because, that's where games were back in, when did Odyssey come out? 2016?
Hey, Google.
Shit.
When did Assassin's Creed Odyssey come out?
2018. Okay.
Hey, Google.
Yep.
Volume 6.
You're gonna play oh Jesus. You're gonna get the Vikings one? I am, probably.
I am so proud of myself. I'm the one that told you that Assassin's Creed was coming out with a new game, and he was like, what?
Yeah, Vikings.
Yes, I finally beat him at something.
The Vikings looks really fun. It also looks like an RPG, which I am super into. I fucking love RPGs.
And you like Vikings.
I do like Vikings. Nordic religion, Nordic mythology is really fascinating and fun. But yeah, as far as Odyssey being another sandbox, it is, yes, to a degree, but it's a really damn good RPG on top of the sandbox. Yeah, you still have the sandbox type things where you unlock areas, and you still have the waypoints that you can go to, the traditional kind of fast travel stuff. You still have tons of quests all over the world, but they're really interesting usually. A lot of them are fetch. It's the same fetch this or either fetch this or escort or kill or something like that, right? But there's also the leader houses and the forts that you have to clear out and things like that. Yeah, of course, there's sandbox things in it, but you don't have to do the sandbox things. It just really helps in leveling up. The one downside to Odyssey is that they purposely made leveling up very slow, unless you buy their XP boosters and things. Microtransactions.
Oh yeah, that's
however, yeah, I dislike the microtransactions, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey still has microtransactions. However, it's not super slow. It's slow, yes. When you get into level 30-ish, it gets pretty slow. But I've been able to do one level per 5-6 hour session. And that's, for an RPG, that's decent. At least in the higher levels. Right now I'm level 46 or something. The cap is 50. So I'm getting pretty close to the end game stuff, but I avoided a lot of the things. I avoided pretty much all of the boat stuff from the very start. So it was a little bit slower for me. If you like boat stuff, great. That's perfect. It has tons of boat stuff. I don't. Unfortunately, there is one part of the there's one part of the game where you're forced into battling like 6 ships at once. And because I'm not into boat stuff, I didn't bother upgrading my ship, and I just got destroyed over and over again. So I've been, over the last few levels, sinking all of my money and resources into upgrading the ship. However, I've realized about a week ago, maybe 2, that apparently there's a tier in the mercenary tree. There's like a... They took this from Shadow of Mordor, the whole like... the whole... What is it? The whole level up? Not level up. The whole mercenary system that they have. It comes kind of directly from Shadow of Mordor, where in Shadow of Mordor you would have NPCs that would be on this ladder that you would have to climb, kind of. So you'd be able to like take control of orcs and things, and you'd be able to have them climb the ladder and be like the top orc and control other orcs. So basically, you had control of all the orcs. Back my internet went down. Hey, it's not fool. And in this game, there's a mercenary tree that you can climb, a mercenary tier list that you can climb. And the higher tiers you get, the more benefits you get. And the tier that's one up from me is one where I get a 50% reduction in like boat costs. So if I want to repair or upgrade my boat, it's like a 50% reduction in the cost, which is amazing. And I want that, so I've been killing a lot of mercenaries. Yeah. Learning things in a game is fun. I've been playing TF2 for like 6 years and I still learn things. I have something for you, Egg, says Alpha Wolf. Hey, what's that? Let's see here.
Put a turtle on my thing.
EC Council. Oh, there. Oh, Jesus. EC Council announces $550,000 ethical hacking scholarship to advance ethical hacking skills globally. Excellent. That sounds awesome. $550,000 is not that much though, but yeah, especially if you're going to a 4-year, which I assume these are targeted towards. Let me see.
No, it depends on what 4-year you go to.
You could apply, maybe. Applicants must be ethical hacking practitioners with at least 2 years experience, or applicants must be a penetration tester with at least 2 years experience, and applicants must be at least 18 years of age.
You're like 1 out of the 2.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so that's difficult to do. This isn't really for getting new people into ethical hacking. This is for getting existing people training, which is a good step, but it does suck a little bit because it's not really, yeah, to advance ethical hacking skills globally. It's not for getting new people into ethical hacking. It's for people who have already been doing it to learn more skills, which is fine.
I thought you were gonna do your thing.
I will. But, yeah, I've been into Odyssey a lot. A lot.
That was a really long-winded way of saying that you like Odyssey.
I really like Odyssey a lot. I like RPGs a lot. So I like Odyssey a lot. I like RPGs a lot.
What's
too much.
DMC considered?
DMC is a third-person brawler.
I like the shooting games. Which is weird because you wouldn't think I like the shooting games, but I really like the shooting games.
Yeah, shooting games are fine.
Well,
Not my favorite.
Tried playing Witcher like you asked me to, but the beginning of it is slow.
The entire game is slow. That's the whole point.
That's what I like about the shooting games. Is it's like it's fast paced.
Yeah,
and
that's
I like
fine.
That it's like edge of your seat, like killing things before they kill you. And you're strategical. You'll sit like behind a bush and shoot people with the bow and arrow, and I'm just like, Trah!
Yeah, I play Assassin's Creed very tactically.
Not me. I'm just like.
I sit in bushes, whistle, and you know, stab people one at a time. I'm very stealthy assassin.
Not me.
Have you ever played Brawlhalla? I have seen it, but I have not played it. She would probably enjoy it. Yes.
What is it?
Brawlhalla is.
Because you know I'm picky.
I know.
I want to move your chat thing.
Boop. Aha.
I can't see over there because there's a microphone in front of you.
It is. Wow, I didn't know it was free to play. I'll be damned. Brawlhalla is if I remember correctly, it should be a platform. And it's a platform. Brawler? I don't know. I don't think it's a brawler. I think it's a platform. God, the word is on the tip of my tongue. Hang on. Hey, there's tags here for this. Fighting game. 2D action multiplayer. Oh, Jesus. Okay. That was the thing that just happened.
Can you pause the music?
No, that's fine.
Oh, I want to watch the thingy.
No, that's fine. We don't have to watch it. Okay, so maybe it is a brawler.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're into. That's the type of game you like. Spin-off of Smash Bros.
Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
Smash Bros. Stuff.
Did you not?
No, because I never really got a chance to play it, and when I did, everybody was like, "Ugh, she's playing it," so I never played it.
Okay, well, play Brawlhalla, play Smash Bros. Because fuck 'em.
I don't have the money to buy Smash Bros. Unless you want to do it, because I know it's on the Switch.
Brawlhalla is free to play. There you go. Try that. See if you like it. See if you like that style of game. I wonder if Brawlhalla is for the Switch. Is that a thing? Brawlhalla Switch? Yes. And it is also free, question mark? Yes, it is free. Cool, there you go. PC, I guess. Well, apparently Nintendo has it on their store. It is free to play, so go for it. Enjoy.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's one of the issues about me is I'm very picky when it comes to video games.
I know, but try it. You don't know unless you try.
Like, League is fun. I like League.
Yeah, League of Legends is fun.
Except you yell at me when I go too far and I get carried away with the shooting.
Well, I only yell at you because you go out and get yourself killed.
I don't do it all the time.
You do it all the time. Problem is, feeding the other team is not a good thing. So...
It's not my fault people are better.
It's not, but you should get better.
Oh, I have something fun that we can do this weekend.
What's that?
Donate blood.
No. No. I'd rather not. Free tip, GTA 5 is free on Epic currently. Huh, that's cool. I never got into GTA 5. I really liked San Andreas and Vice City a lot. But I didn't really get too much into GTA 5. Maybe I will. I don't know. What is it? Who owns GTA 5? I think it's GTA 5. Two something. Something dog, something. I forget. Who owns GTA 5? I know it's Rockstar, but that's the developer, not the publisher. Publisher 2 something, right? Somewhere in here. Bless you. Yeah, Rockstar is the developer, but not the publisher. Publisher is not 2-bit. Fuck, who are they? I can't remember, but that publisher is known for putting some shady microtransactions in their games, and GTA 5 is no exception. You should go get it before the sale ends, maybe. I mean, yeah, it's a free game. I think I have the Epic Game Launcher store somewhere in here. Yeah, I have the Epic Games Launcher. Epic Games Launcher also hosts a shooty game that I was playing at some point, I think. Probably Shit. And it's been so long since I've even opened the Epic Games Launcher. It's like, hey, you should log in again. This is how often I use Epic Games.
I'm pretty sure that's not what you're looking for.
That's... Did you know that, that there's... What the fuck is this? Hang on. Do you know there is a website called getepic.com? It is... Epic is the leading digital library for kids 12 and under. You know, that sounds about right.
Kid. I used to love that movie. Captain Underpants! I used to love those books.
If you search for Epic, that's the first thing that comes up. Epic Game Store is like the third link down. It's amazing. Epic Games got beat out by a 412 and under thing. Yeah. Did you know that exists? I didn't. That's beautiful. Alright, let's start actually signing into this. The answer is, I think I probably used my Google account on this then. It's been so long. Occasionally, like most of the time I try and log in using actual accounts with randomly generated passwords, but sometimes I'm just lazy and I just go, fuck it, I'll just log in with my Google account. A new alarming fact of the OnePlus 8 Pro. Uh-oh. That's terrifying.
Delivery is running behind. I want it now.
This game contains mature content recommended only for ages 18 plus. Am I 18? Shit. Am I old enough for this?
I don't know, I thought you were 12.
I'm a 12-year-old and 18-year-old's body. The $1 million bonus cash GTA Online included in the Premium Edition as part of the... What the fuck? This is what I'm talking about. With the Premium Edition as part of the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack may take up to 7 to 10 days. I just want the game.
Here, do the screen thing so they can read it with you.
What's the OnePlus 8? It's the OnePlus, but version 8.
Oh, is that the one with the stupid cameras?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Let me see here.
Oh, I've seen the color filter / X-ray thing. It's fine. Basically, yes, I have seen this. It's not an X-ray. It doesn't see through clothes. It sees through some clothes, but not. You would have to be wearing.
Like, why would you even want an X-ray?
It's not supposed to be an X-ray. You would have to be wearing a certain type of plastic that infrared light can see through. It's not common in clothes. You're fine. It's okay. You're not gonna see through clothes with this. Not normally. The X-ray thing in this comes because one of the filters in the OnePlus 8 Pro uses infrared light. And so, because of that, you can actually see through some plastics. It's interesting. It's cool, but I promise you're not getting X-ray spec with this. It's not happening. There's been so much hype over this.
Oh, is it just like the... Oh, it's something different.
Yeah, thick plastic. You're gonna be seeing old men with that phone. Thin plastic. Yeah, it has to be relatively thin. And it has to be a certain type of plastic that infrared can see through. The reason that it can see through specifically remotes and TV stations is because those remotes and TV stations use infrared light in order to communicate from one point to another. It uses an infrared signal, and thus infrared needs to be able to pass through the plastic. So that plastic is specifically crafted in order to make infrared light go through it. So all these photos that you're seeing, they're always of remotes, and they're always of like TV stations and the Apple TV box. And that's because that plastic that they use on the exterior shell is specifically designed so that way infrared light can go through it. And so you're using an infrared filter or infrared light to look at an object in which infrared light is supposed to be able to pass through it. Yeah, you can see through it. So unless your clothing is specifically designed for infrared light to be seen through it, it's not going to be able to. It's not magic. I'm sorry. No nudies for you. What? What? It's true.
Okay.
God, that nose has been itchy all day. I apologize.
Ew. Wonder if it's all the dust that has been collecting on your desk.
Here's a thundering fact. By the way, I did not mean what you think. No, it's fine. I totally understand, but like, yeah, it's been way overhyped. Way overhyped. It's insane.
So it's $20.
What?
No, that's not $20. I'm looking at the other game.
What other game?
Whatever is on the store. The Steam store.
Oh. Brawlhalla All Legends pack is $20.
See,
all current and future legends.
It was the GT.
No, it's free currently. And I already got it. I thought. Yes. What is this? Thunderbolt flaws affect millions of computers. Even locking unattended devices won't help. Interesting.
Good thing I don't have a computer that has Thunderbolt.
So what is this? Oh yeah, apparently, I don't know if you've heard this, but there's a security research group out there that collects iOS vulnerabilities and then either reports them to Apple or does stuff with them, I guess. Basically, they pay for iPhone vulnerabilities and iOS vulnerabilities. Apparently, they have stopped accepting iOS vulnerabilities because there's so damn many right now that it is impossibly easy to break into an iPhone today.
Stay away from my phone.
So there's a lot of vulnerabilities out there. Apparently,
do you want to try breaking into my phone? Is that what you're getting at?
No, I'm looking at your iPhone. So, no, I'm not. No, it's fine. So there are a lot of exploits out for the current version of iOS. So they're hoping that, you know, the next version of iOS fixes all these vulnerabilities. But yeah, apparently there's the new version, for whatever reason, introduced a lot of bugs and vulnerabilities. Don't know why. But yeah, the security research firm that collects iOS vulnerabilities, there's so many out there that they've gotten. They actually can't afford to keep paying people for the same vulnerabilities that they got previously, because there's so many that they're just like, we can't. There no more, please. It's kind of insane. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know what Apple's response to that is or what they're doing about it, but hopefully the new version works. That's really strange, isn't it? Usually iPhone is like really secure. Like Apple iOS stuff is like incredibly secure. Usually.
I haven't had any issues, so I don't know. But again, I haven't had any issues.
Well, it's not issues, it's being hacked. What is Ninjutsu OS? What the fuck is Ninjutsu OS? Ninjutsu is a penetration testing red teaming distribution based on Windows. Based on Windows? Why? Focused on penetration testing, red teaming, Android penetration testing on Windows? Why? Why Windows? Like, sure, that's fine, but why? Why Windows? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, technically you can make Windows work like this, but it's so damn hard. Why not just start with something that's a little easier to maintain? Knowing Apple, they won't tell you about what they're doing and won't announce anything until after the next shareholders meeting. It sounds about right, yeah. Should I stop posting all this? No, it's fine. No, I appreciate the articles. They're interesting. What do you mean, Egg? Your pen testers that utilize Windows? Yeah. But why would you make a hacking distribution on Windows? It seems like really difficult to maintain.
Here, I'm just gonna read this to you because I have a feeling that if I read
You can't
it out
even
loud,
you can't even natively change your MAC address in Windows. You have to like install specific software. Again, it can be done, but why? Like, you can just natively change your MAC address in Linux. It's easy. There's tools specifically out there. Why? Why?
I'm gonna let you read that because I have a feeling if I read it out loud, there's a chance you'll get kicked off of Twitter and YouTube. Twitter, Twitch.
Oh,
There's something going on every year. Like 2017 to 2019 was like quiet when it came to this.
That's true. That's true. Easier to disguise too, I think. Blue Team will be looking for strange Linux boxes. That's fair, but you could just change your OS fingerprint too. Like, it's not Kali's invisible mode, I believe. It's not. No, it's not Kali's. It's Tails' like incognito invisible mode, whatever it is. Actually changes its response to look like a Windows 10 PC when you ping it with net and Nmap and things. So it's not impossible to change a Linux box to look like a Windows box. It's actually gotten a lot easier. Microsoft offers $1,000 to hack its custom Linux OS. Microsoft made a custom Linux OS? What the fuck has been going on? It's fine. That's fine. I'm just very confused. Hey, it's Danny Gaming. How's it going?
Hello.
You use Virtual Studios? Oh, you mean Visual Studios? You mean Visual Studio Code? I do, yes. I use Visual Studio Code a lot for a lot of things. Basically anything that isn't Java. Because I use IntelliJ for Java.
I don't.
PowerShell then? I believe it's a native Windows PowerShell that has more features than PS Core right now. It does, but they're features that are Windows specific. Like, yeah, you can make like firewall commands in PowerShell, but that's because, you know, it hooks into the Windows firewall, and as far as I'm aware, Linux doesn't have the Windows firewall because it has, you know, IP tables. I'm sure there's probably a module out there that somebody's made to make firewalls on Linux easy with PowerShell. And honestly, you have Bash and ZSH. You don't need PowerShell on Linux. You can, but you don't need it. I would probably do PowerShell on Linux for portability of code. That's about it. What's the best way to learn simple coding? Define simple. I would recommend starting at Python. Learn Python 3 first, and then go from there. Free code camp. Where do you live? I live in the United States. Hello, Danny Gaming. Oh yes, I said hello, right? I'm sorry. So, Microsoft is making a custom Linux OS. Take on Azure Sphere OS. Oh, for their Azure platform. That makes more sense. Sphere sounds like it's a hypervisor to me. Thanks, yes. I'm guessing Azure Sphere is a hypervisor. That's my best bet. Oh. What have you been doing, by the way?
Looking on Instagram.
But why? Okay.
Because you're talking about stuff that I have no idea what to talk about, so I'm just letting you know, do your thing. They haven't asked me questions, so I'm just kind of sitting here.
Fair enough. PSU issues coming up. Leaking data from air gap systems by turning the power supplies into speakers. Interesting. Proof of concept or GTFO. Uh-huh. Let's see. Power leaks the data through the power supply, playing it through the power supply. Ultrasonically. See, this is what's interesting, is ultrasonic speakers are... and ultrasonic microphones, right, are interesting. This entire video is a proof of concept, so okay, fair enough. What the heck, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Huh. I guess I'm not... Okay, let's try this. I'm kind of curious. You got me curious, sir. Let's open up Firefox here and let's open up YouTube and let's watch it together real fast, because this looks interesting. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Alrighty. So what do we got? Oop, there we go. Let's turn this up. Air gap system, no internet, no Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, no speakers. Okay. Users typing secrets into the air-gapped computer. There is no music or sounds to this. Okay, that's good. Malware turns the power supply into a covert speaker. How? Better watch the Hack 5 one, more content friendly. And, oh, that's okay. Power leaks to, yeah, playing it through the power supply. How? There's a bit of a delay. Writing to something that wave. Oh, okay. One, you'd have to have speakers that can do ultrasonic communication, and two, you'd have to have a phone that can listen to ultrasonic speakers. Because I don't know if you noticed, but a cheap $2 microphone is not going to pick up ultrasonic frequencies. And same, a cheap $2 speaker is not going to send ultrasonic frequencies. I'm very confused as to how this works. AirGap research page, covertchannels.com. Okay, let's take a look. Security Research Center in Negev, Israel. Okay. Data paper. Here's the paper on it. AirGap bypassing cross-device talking. Covert surface vibrations. Again, I have to wonder, like, how practical is this to use? Oh, that's my main question. How practical is this to use in, shit. How practical is this in like a real environment? Because you would have to install malware onto the PC. And at that point, you have malware on the PC. This is just exfiltration, essentially. So the thing about air-gapped systems is that it's difficult to get things onto the systems and it's difficult to exfiltrate. It's not impossible, but it wouldn't be practical for a non-nation state, I think. Gain data from air-gapped systems by turning a power supply into an Amazon Alexa. Yeah, right. Perfect. I think if you're not a nation state, it would be difficult to do this. Difficult meaning basically impossible. However, it is interesting. Leaking sensitive data from air-gapped workstations via screen brightness. That I could see, depending on the screen. Ha, see, get it? I could see. It's terrible. You'd have to have a camera pointed at it. Also, with the ultrasonic frequencies, you'd have to have a microphone nearby that could somehow hook into. There's a lot of problems with this that I'm kind of seeing now as I think through this. You'd have to have malware on the system, which means you need to get malware on the system. Okay, let's assume you do get malware on the system. You'd have to have a power supply, I assume, that actually works with this technique somehow. And you'd have to have the computer probably hooked directly into the power supply with nothing else hooked into it. Otherwise, you'd probably just get a bunch of noise on the line. I'm assuming, again. Now, second, you would have to... It would have to be a computer that's hooked into a power supply with nothing else hooked into it, and also something that someone actually uses every day. That's really rare. But... In addition, you would have to have a microphone nearby and listening and able to send data through maybe a wireless channel or a wired channel, which is really fucking hard. I'm seeing some issues with this setup, but it is interesting. Don't get me wrong, it's really interesting. There's some issues with this. Exfiltrating data through power lines. What the fuck is this? This is so interesting. I like it, but I'm not sure what the practical use is, but I really like it. It's odd. It's something that, you know, like how in the world would you exfiltrate data through power lines? That's really cool. But at the same time, it feels like something that would be very specific. They have wireless adapters that run through your house's power. Do they? I must see this. Hang on. Wireless adapter, or like I guess it would be Ethernet through power, or through power line.
They can still see your screen.
Yeah, they can see that one. Like Ethernet through power line networking. Okay. So who's on the other end receiving this data? And how do you know it's getting from point A to point B? I guess it's less likely that path's going to change than like your internet path, but at the same time, who's on the other end of this? This is like definitely nation state level shit. This is insane, but interesting. Something you can't find on CNN is look up power line pass-through. Power line pass-through? Okay. I've seen this, power line networking, what you need to know, but what is power line pass-through? Pass power line adapters. Okay, seriously, what the fuck is this? Hang on. Current climate where many of us now working from home, buying the best power line adapter you can is an essential purchase. Am I reading the same thing that should be reading here? Okay. These are handy devices that plug into your home's power supply and turn it into a high-speed... This is essential? What the fuck is going on? I am so confused. What? Home networking made it. What is going on? How is this essential? What is this? What's wrong with a Cat 5 cable? What? Ah! Why? What is this? Tech radar. Okay, hang on a minute. Hang on. Yeah, tech radar. What is this madness? Essential for anyone who doesn't want to run Ethernet through their walls. I'm so confused. But what about transients?
Welcome to the part of the stream where Egg freaks out.
What is this? Why? Alright. Let's read through this. I'm so confused. In the current climate where many of us are now working from home, buying the best power line adapter you can is an essential purchase. For fucking who? You're just jelly because people can have Ethernet with all that fancy equipment you bought.
Yeah, probably. Because he spent so much on the fancy equipment. Now he's finding out that you can have the same thing.
I'm like 99% sure that the fancy equipment will work a lot better than a power line adapter. They are particularly useful if you have a Wi-Fi network that doesn't reach throughout your home or office. The best part, I'm gonna have to buy one of these to test it. The best power line adapters on this page pass your network data through the wiring within your home. I have many questions. One of them is that, okay, homes are separated into chunks for a very particularly good reason. So, if you blow a breaker, if you blow a fuse, if you trip the breaker, then what ends up happening is that you have to flip one switch and a section of your home goes out. There's a good reason for this. How the fuck, right, do you get this data from one section of the house to another when they don't connect? Or do you? Is a cheapo trend that one? Okay. $40, Jesus Christ. You're gonna have to buy 2 of these too. Yeah, you're gonna have to buy 2 of these. You want them to communicate, I assume, right? Because that would make sense. You need something on the other end listening. Okay. Explain to me how you get data from one end from $40. That was the cheapest on Amazon's first page. Yeesh. Explain to me how you get. Okay. Okay, hang on a minute.
Isn't it fun watching him freak out?
How do I get data from this end to this end when these don't connect? Like, you don't. You don't. That's the problem. You're gonna plug one of them into one side of your house and the other into the other side, and they're not gonna connect. Because they don't connect. That's the first issue I have. That's one of many issues. They connect somewhere. They're connected to the main power line. Correction, the ground is connected to the main. But there's lots of filtering that goes through that. They are connected. Okay, so in the fuse box, they are connected to the ground, and the common does come in and split off into them. Fair. However, at that point, they're all separate entities. They're all separate networks, essentially. So, I mean, I could be wrong about this. Like, there could be something in the breaker box or something, right, that connects everything together and it's fine, but doesn't do any filtering or something. But that seems unlikely. You just put those all in one breaker, yeah. I'm so confused.
Thank you, Danny, for changing the subject.
I have a question. USA looks like...
Let's put a pin in this one before you start freaking out even more.
I am confused.
And I have to clean. Wow, I can't talk today. And I have to clean up egg bits all over the ceiling because your brain exploded.
No, I'm
Let's
gonna
answer Danny's question.
We're going to continue reading this at some point here, but I'm very confused. How does this work without? There's so many transient. Okay. Anyway. So I have a question. Have you ever put data?
See, even the cat is unhappy.
Have you ever put?
Answer the question.
Have you ever put 3.3 volts of data in through like next to 5 volts of power with a lot of amperage? It doesn't work very well. Anyway, okay.
No, I was gonna go to the stream thing.
Okay.
And push the button.
Okay.
I wanted to push it.
All right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Love you.
Love you too. I have a question. USA looks like in GTA 5, like the beach, the houses. No, not really. No, it sort of does, but at least where I was, I mean, it could be in San Andreas. Who knows? But I was in California, and it doesn't look quite like that. Maybe sort of.
You were in California?
I don't know. Yeah, I was.
When were you in California?
A few years back. Okay. The style looks similar, but does not look like the map in GTA 5. Los Santos is actually pretty accurate to Los Angeles, Danny. I don't know. Again, I haven't been to I haven't been to like a lot of those types of areas, but it didn't look very similar, at least to me in the game. It's all just wires. It's
Please don't get him started again. Please. I beg you.
Sunset Boulevard specifically. Yeah, I mean, there could be like bits in the game that look super accurate. I'm not sure. From where I've been in California, it didn't look very accurate, but it could be a different part of like Los Angeles or something. I don't know. I love Los Angeles one. USA. I found the house and the view. Wow, like that. Oh yeah, they got the style. They got the scenery. Like the overall feeling that you get when going through GTA 5. It looks like kind of what it looks like in real life, but you know, obviously real life has better graphics. But yeah, I just went there. But yeah, it's I wouldn't like put it in like pinpoint accuracy or anything. But again, that was just where I was in Los Angeles and those areas, so it could be a different area, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention or something. You know, on the subject, personal story attached to it, so maybe boring bits for people who don't care. What is this? This is... Oh, Jesus. Oh, GTA 5 in real life. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Let's watch it.
No, it's okay. There's finally a way to remove X-Helper, the unremovable Android malware. X-Helper? What the fuck is X-Helper? You literally just copy-paste the title from this ZDNet article. Because the ZDNet article says, there's finally a way to remove X-Helper, the unremovable Android malware. So did somebody copy-paste? Literally copy-pasted. Well done. Okay. This particular one my strain is cost quite a bit. Oh, okay, so it's actual like... Oh, wow. It's like a rootkit and everything. Somehow survives through resets. That's impressive. Okay. Okay, I have to wonder.
Are you still going on about that?
Yes. Did they give you a solution? I guess. I mean, I assume there's a way to remove it if they're saying there's a way to remove it. Yeah, removal instructions. There you go. So, okay, if you've ever sent data through, again, experience I'm working on this. If you've ever sent like 3.3 volts of data through a line next to power that's pulling a lot of amperage, then you'll know that data gets fucked up real fucking fast. It's it requires some black magic to get that working, so I have to wonder how you send data through a power line with a lot of amperage going through it, because these are 120 volts AC and a lot of amperage. So I'm not sure exactly. And also AC, like you have to think like this isn't DC anymore. This is alternating current, which is even stranger. How do you do this without screwing up all of your data? The amount of transients in that line would be ungodly. How does this work? Wizard magic, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm very confused. We're gonna have to read more into this, but I like your streams because you ask my questions, and then I can speak with you, and I improve my English skills. Hey, awesome! It's good to know that it's fun actually, you know, doing this, Dan. I like it. It's fun. And I hope everyone here enjoys it too. Occasionally I freak out because this is black magic wizarding shit, and it breaks my mind sometimes, but it's interesting. I like interesting new stuff, but like when something just defies logic or just breaks my mind, it's difficult to it kind of breaks me a little. Download free GTA 5 from Epic Game Store. I already did. Maybe there's a consistent trend in the transients and the adapters are able to filter it out. I would find that hard to believe, but maybe. Maybe, but like imagine having like a phase shifter or something attached to the line that actually puts you back in phase. Like those like power saver whatever things that actually, you know, put you back into phase with what is it, like 180 degrees? It's supposed to be 180 on both sockets or something. Like exactly 180, and then if you add load to the line, it actually shifts that AC wave slightly out of phase. So using those power savers will put you back into phase, hopefully. Or if you're already out of phase in the opposite direction, it'll actually put you farther out of phase. They don't work anyway, but you know. Just like, how do you compensate for that? You don't. Gave up on the guesswork and looked it up. Hey! Okay. Is Wi-Fi too unreliable? Okay, is powerline networking maybe what you need? How is powerline networking more reliable than Wi-Fi? Like, don't get me wrong, Wi-Fi isn't the most reliable thing on the planet, but how is powerline networking more reliable than Wi-Fi?
Y'all had to get him started, didn't
you? I am figuring this out, goddammit. Like, this has broken me, and I am just very confused. And I need to learn how this works, because this is insane. Ah, hello from Germany. Hello, Mars. How are you today? Hello from Hungary. Hello again, Danny. Guten Tag. Any idea on how to play AAA games on Arch Linux? Simple answer is you don't. Longer answer is use SteamOS. Sorry. SteamOS is probably your best bet though, for real, for playing games on Linux.
Has its own OS?
Yep, or Steam Proton, sorry. Did they give up on SteamOS, or did they translate it to Steam Proton? I forget how that works, whatever. Steam's Linux thing is, or whatever Steam's new Linux thing is the best thing to use. I guess Proton is what it is now. Looks like it uses an entirely different protocol for going over power lines. I would assume so, but also, again, how do you do data through power with that much transients in the line? And translates it between it and Ethernet. How fast is this? Like, are you gonna get gigabit speeds through your wall? Is that a thing? I'm very confused. Home plug. That's actually a protocol. All right. Hello from Australia. Hello. Wow. Man, everybody's all over the damn place. Why are like most people watching? Okay, it's 12 p.m. currently, my time, or 1 p.m. currently my time. So it would be, it'd probably be 6 hours ahead in like Australia and those places, because like way east. So it's like what, 6 hours ahead? It's like 6 p.m. over there. All right, fair enough. I'm just wondering, like, how often do you watch like the streams that I do like 4 to 6 p.m. over here? Because then it would be like what, 4 a.m. that time? 10 p.m. for me, yeah. Oh Jesus, it's 5 a.m. in Australia. Okay, so I was a little bit off. A little bit more than 6 hours ahead. Also 5 a.m. Either you're an early bird or you're staying up way too damn late. I woke up at 3 a.m. Okay, you're an early bird. I don't understand you people. I wake up at like 11 a.m.
Yeah, when your girlfriend doesn't wake you up.
Right. This is my first time watching your stream. I found your channel yesterday. Well, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. It's fun. Now back to the topic. Yeah. 2057 in Hungary. Jesus. Okay, wow. Okay, so HomePlug. HomePlug is a family name for various power line communications specification under the HomePlug designation, with each offering unique performance capabilities and coexistence or compatibility with other HomePlug specifications. What is the performance on this? Like, what is, power line Ethernet speed slow. 1,000 megabit, a gigabit. You can get gigabit speeds through power line. I have to, what? Go to history? History. Hi. I don't know. I'm very confused.
It doesn't take much to confuse you though.
It's fair. I heard of STH called Lutris. Oh, something called Lutris. Ah, I can translate. Lutris, but Origin doesn't work. What is Lutris? Oh, Origin? You said Steam games. Did you say Steam games? Oh, AAA games. Never mind. Origin doesn't work. Yeah. If you want to play games, use Windows. Simple as that. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. There's a reason that, you know, even Linux users like myself use Windows, and that reason is because a lot of programs and a lot of games are Windows only, and they work best on Windows. Just get Windows. Like, yeah, sure, use Linux for whatever, but get Windows for games. If you're gonna game, use Windows. It works with mine. You can install Epic Games Zero Uplay. Just use Windows. Like, I guess you could use a VM, but don't. Not for games. Just get a Windows partition or use Windows, like get a Windows PC or something. And use a gaming browser. Go look it up, it's interesting. Yes, I've seen the gaming browser. It's very strange. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Mr. Hatman XBOX Xbox.
So that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. Thank you so much for the follow, Mr. Hatman Xbox. Yeah, I've seen the gaming browser. It's Opera-based, I believe, if I remember correctly. It's interesting. I don't know why you'd need a gaming browser. Hey, thank you so much for the host, Mr. Hatman Xbox. This, hello, Chloe oh Jesus. Tadzraholka? I apologize. This hippity hip hop, I just wanted to say hi. Hello. How are you today? I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. I did try. Why not do a Windows VM for gaming? Could help avoid worries of all the data mining anti-cheat engines do. So, Windows VMs are going to be slow, because you can do hardware acceleration on them, sort of. Like you can expose host hardware, but at that point you're kind of defeating the point of a VM. The problem is it's still going to be kind of slow. Like, running a virtual machine in a desktop environment has never been fast for me. No matter what platform I've used, it's always been slow. And also it's difficult to get GPUs to go into a client machine from a host machine. I don't know if you've ever tried to put a GPU on a client VM before. It's not easy. It's so much easier just to get a Windows box. Yeah, I tried doing that with a VM GPU pass-through, but I need 2 GPUs and only have the 5700 XT. Yeah, exactly. GPUs on VMs are very difficult. It's from a different language, it's fine. Okay. I do try though still, like, you know. I'm fine, just tired. How about you? Yeah, I think I'm doing better. I had my coffee. Alpha Wolf says I'll be right back. Well, enjoy. I tried going away from Windows 10 because of the open source reason. It's not a good reason. At least in my opinion. I know it sucks to hear. Like, yeah, I love open source, don't get me wrong. Like, great. If you want to do MIT, GPL, whatever, those licenses are awesome. Open source is great. I love it. but open source or privacy concerns is not a good reason to move from Windows 10, or security concerns, not a fantastic reason to move from Windows to Linux. I like Linux's tooling better. That's why I use it. Don't get me wrong, there are worse reasons, but I don't consider like privacy, security, or open sourceness good reasons to move from Windows to Linux. But, you know, to each their own. If you want to use Linux, great. That's fine. I just myself personally, it's not a good enough reason to move from Windows. Alex Oni's Kali is my primary. No. No. Using a hacking OS as a primary OS. No. Stop it. Yeah, I mean, to each their own though. If that's your reason, then that's fine. But I would say just use Windows for games and use Linux for everything else. Oh, what's the reason for you if you would change your distro? For me, my move to Linux is because of the tooling. Linux offers different and better tooling for specific circumstances. SSH is one good example. Like, SSH is like the primary example. Sure, there's tooling for Windows for SSH now, sort of. Like, you have things like Mobax term and PuTTY, Kitty, things like that, and those are fine. But Linux has always had better tooling for SSH. And it's like that with a lot of things too. Linux has better tooling for particular different things that you would want to do. Linux generally is a better development platform. Not always, but generally is a better development platform. If you want to like build something, if you want to build a C++ application from scratch, it's much easier to do it on Linux than it is on Windows. In Linux, you can git clone, and then, cmake or, sudo make, whatever, and you're done. In Windows, you have to download like 6 different things, install a bunch of random shit, and get things to work. In Linux, it's almost always just there to begin with, and if not, it's super easy to install and fast. So Linux has better tooling for specific things. So development, sysadmin stuff, Linux is a way better distro for that. For games, I'd say VS Code is really solid, but honestly it works on Linux too, so great to use that for Linux. For gaming, Windows is amazing, so use Windows for gaming. I am back. Hello. Hello, I am back. I'm Dad. That was terrible, I'm sorry. I am Groot. Meanwhile, Angel over here is just carefully cutting her new stickers. Stickers, I assume? Yeah, carefully cutting her new stickers.
Well, like I said, you were talking about stuff I don't really know about, and I got ordered on my phone, so...
Okay.
Doing something that I've been wanting for a while. Someone asks me a question, or you're talking about something that I understand, then I'll pop up and join, but I'm just...
Fair enough. Well, if you have any questions for Angel, let me know. Or let her know.
Well, they'll have to let you know, because I'm not paying attention to the chat.
Fair enough. Yes, that's true, but I customized Manjaro, and it looks so great, but Windows 10 is so ugly. Windows 10 looks fine. There's ways to customize it, but... It's not... Again, looks aren't a fantastic reason to switch. That's kind of the reason that I chose the distros that I did, but I also stuck with the tooling that I know. So, like, for example, I use Pop! OS on my daily driver, my laptop daily driver, not my desktop. I use Pop! OS because it looks prettier than all the others. But first and foremost, I wanted to make sure that it had the tooling that I needed, and it did. For that reason, I actually switched from the other distro that I used to use. Crap, I can't remember what it was called anymore. It was another really pretty one. I can't quite remember, but it was Debian based, and they switched from testing to stable, and it killed a lot of my utilities and tools that I used. So I switched to Pop! OS because, regardless of whether or not I thought it looked really pretty and I really liked it, I needed the tooling first, and pretty comes second. You need to make sure that when you, I'll get to those articles in a second here, but you need to make sure that when you switch from one OS to another, when you distro hop, I'm guilty of distro hopping a little bit, but when you distro hop or when you switch from one OS to another, you need to make sure that you can actually use it first. Being able to use your new OS is something that's a lot of people overlook. So I'll see a lot of recommendations for like, when people say, hey, what's the best distro to use? Which obviously is a really good question, you know, to right out the gate. Oh, what's the best distro I should use, blah, blah. A lot of people will recommend distros outside of the normal spectrum because they like how it looks, or they like its customization, or whatever else. But first and foremost, you need to make sure that you can use your OS, right? If you don't know how to use it, then if you're willing to learn, then great. If not, then use something that you're familiar with. And again, look at the tooling that it has available. Does it have all of the stuff that you need? For example, Arc, or Arch, I guess is what a lot of people say, does actually have a lot of the tooling, but it's more difficult to install. If you're okay with that, then great. Or sometimes more difficult to get working or get updated specifically. Updates on Arch Linux are hard sometimes. Arch has a habit of breaking your updates a lot. So if you're okay with that, if you don't mind spending the extra time, it's I think of Arch Linux as like a motorcycle. It's fun for some people because they don't mind spending the time maintaining it, or maintaining it is the entire point for them, and that's fine. But if you want something that gets you from point A to point B and works, you don't want a motorcycle. If you want a hobby, you want a motorcycle. Similarly, if you want a hobby, you want Arch. If you want something that gets you from point A to point B, you want Debian or Red Hat. Probably Debian. And again, it's tooling. So when I look for a distro to recommend to somebody, when I look for something to recommend to somebody, hello, budding learner, how's it going? When I look for something to recommend to somebody, I first ask, like, what are they used to? What are they switching from? So what are they used to? What can they use, and what are they using it for? Who is in the right? That is my girlfriend. This is Angel.
Hi.
Debian only. Well, not Debian only. There's uses for other distros as well. I prefer Debian because that's what I kind of am used to. But there are uses for other distros. And honestly, it's more kind of what you're comfortable with. I'm using Linux for like 1.5 years, but only Debian-based system art is completely new for me. Yeah. If you don't mind spending the time learning it, if you don't mind, making it a hobby, then great. But you need to be aware of what you're using it for. Are you installing Arch because you want to learn a new thing, or if you want to learn a new skill? Are you installing it because you want to try and learn how to install it? Are you using it because you want to try and... Are you using Arch because you want to maintain this distribution? If so, great, go for it. If not, maybe consider an alternative. Ubuntu is the devil. No, I like Ubuntu. It's really nice. And again, are you installing Arch because you want to play games on it? If so, don't. Because it is not going to end well for you. It's going to end in tears. OSs are designed for different things. Pick the one that gets you to that destination the best. If you want games, use Windows. If you want a learning experience, or if you want a distro that looks really good and works really well and you like maintaining it, use Arch. If you want a distro that is for development or more for like sysadmin stuff, use any Linux distribution works. If you want something that gets you from point A to point B, and also you want, a distro for development or sysadmin, get like Debian-based distros. Pop! OS is on top of that. It gets even more specific. The higher up in levels you get. And on top of that, if you want something that just works, an Ubuntu or Ubuntu-based derivative is always a good option. And on top of that, if you want something that looks pretty, Pop! OS is fantastic. There's a lot of levels, so you have to figure out. The problem is yes, you have to first understand why you are switching. You have to understand what the purpose of switching is, or what you're trying to do with that. And let's not forget the Mac exists too. Mac OS, iOS exists as well. If you want something that is for someone who isn't into technology or doesn't really want to learn, or just wants to browse the internet or something, great. iOS, Apple, Mac, whatever you want to call it, those are awesome options. So the articles that Alpha Wolf posted was a new Windows 10 update just compromised Google Chrome. That looks interesting. And also, Windows 10 KB 4549951 update fails to install, causes BSODs. So let's not update yet. That's happened a couple of times. Yes, with Windows comes the risk sometimes. I've never had these issues actually. I've not once had issues with Windows, except for one time I had some issues with Windows that just caused some weird things to happen with an update, but no BSODs or anything like that. With Windows comes the risk of sometimes BSODs happen. I have never had those issues. I don't. So here's the thing. A lot of the time when people have those issues, you will find that one of several things have happened. One, they're part of the Insiders program, which means they get beta updates, which means they haven't been fully tested. That happens a lot. Two, they have some weird shit installed on their system. Or three, they have malware installed on their system, which is interfering with it. Or, sometimes Windows or Microsoft just fucks up. I have not once had issues with Windows updates, BSODing, crashing, boot looping, anything like that, because I just let Windows do its thing. Like, with Windows, you have to be in the mindset of just leave it alone, let it do its thing in the background. Don't try and force updates. Don't try and disable telemetry. Don't try and just don't treat it like it's Linux, right? Don't try and disable X, Y, and Z. Don't try and do registry editing. Don't try and force updates if they're not just coming to the Windows update or center naturally through you, or even just updating naturally, because Windows is really good for just updating itself. By default, Windows is set up to automatically download and install updates, but not restart if you're using it. Just leave it alone. Don't touch it. Stop screwing with it. If you just let it be, you won't have any issues. I have so much shit installed on my Windows OS for development, for gaming, for all sorts of different things, right? And yet, I haven't had many issues at all. Again, I had some weird issues with maybe the start bar being a bit weird with a couple of updates that happened over the course of like 3 or 4 days once. But ever since I've had even Windows 7, which is many years ago, I've never had issues with Windows. No BSODs, no boot loops, unless I specifically fucked that up. That, like, I deleted some important system files or something, or disabled telemetry or something, right? Just don't touch it, and it's fine. Stop screwing with it. Have you tried doing a Hackintosh? No, I have not. I don't usually use Apple, Mac, iOS. It's not my thing.
If he touches my computer, he's dead.
Yes, and if I touch her computer, I die. Do you have a solution for BSOD? I don't. There's no... A blue screen of death can mean a myriad of different things, so there's no one single solution. Basically, you have to look up the error code. That's my solution. Google it. Depends on the BSOD. If it's update-related backups, if you need to keep the OS and its drivers updated, you shouldn't have too many issues. It says it's hardware-related. Yeah, it could be hardware-related. One of the most common times that you'll see a BSOD is when there's actually a hardware problem, in which case switching to Linux won't fix that. You just need to replace your hardware. Most BSODs I experienced were definitely because I was messing with stuff under the hood. Yeah. Stop fucking with Windows. It'll work fine if you stop screwing with it. If you want to screw with your OS, get Linux. I have, like I said, I have so much shit. I have so many drivers and random shit installed on my Windows system. Because I play games, I do development, I do all sorts of weird random shit on this OS. And yet, I have not had any issues. So if people are having constant BSODs and blue screens and stuff, they are doing something really wrong or really weird. I will bet ya. Any solution recovering the data. If it's a hard drive, you can image it. If it's a solid state, you can still image it, but it's much more difficult. Hey, it's a XXJWSLO04XX. Hello, how are you? Hello, Charlie T7. Hi, Dad. Hi. How's it going? There's a bunch of people on Mixer coming in. Hello. Hey, that looks awesome. You could show it if you wanted to. So this is what Angel has been up to. Listen, oh, Jesus. Excuse me while I bump my microphone. I apologize. That's what Angel's been up to. She did a thing. Apple, assuming it's not the hard drive itself causing the issue, you should be able to image it or plug it into... I should have muted that, I apologize. Assuming it's not the hard drive itself causing the issue, you should be able to image it or plug it into another computer that reads NTFS and pull your files off. You could pull individual files off, yeah. Most Linux distributions these days have NTFS reading capabilities baked into them. It used to not be the case, but something happened, I guess, with a license or something that it's just available now. It could be under the third-party stuff. You could read NTFS. I would recommend making an image first and then copying the data from the image rather than the hard drive itself, because the more you read it, the more wear there is. I would read the smart values on the hard drive as well. JWS says, I am rather dandy today. How are you? I am good. I've had my coffee. I woke up a little later this morning than I intended to, because I stayed up a little late last night watching Witcher again.
Without me.
Without her. I apologize. Oh yeah. But I'm doing well. Thanks, by the way. Hey. That looks amazing. Yeah, it really does look good. Mm-hmm.
I got the stickers from Patreon.
From what?
Patreon.
Oh, excellent. If you want to do the image option, you should look into CloneZilla. CloneZilla is fine. DD also works. I recommend DD because, again, that's one of those tools I was talking about earlier that Linux has that Windows doesn't, or Windows does, but it's not good. Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Put your finger.
Okay. Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on.
But you have to cover it.
Yes, I got it.
Actually, no,
okay. So, yeah, imaging is one of those tools that Linux has that Windows doesn't, or Windows does have, but it's not nearly as good or integrated as Linux. DD is also an option. Highly recommended. Your spectacular gingerbread beard really does inspire me to have a great career in the big wide world. The exquisite idea of being a streamer on thy Mixer platform does seem like a dandy idea. I don't. Oh, my beard isn't ginger. I think. Okay, so
It has some red in it.
it does have some. Okay, interesting. Maybe it has red in it. It's supposed to be brown, like my hair, but who knows? Yeah, maybe it does it. Okay, maybe for whatever reason, I guess my beard has a little red in it. Don't know why. But I'm glad I inspire you. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in and chat. It's awesome. So yeah, as far as like I said, the updates are concerned and everything. Look, if you want Windows to work, stop fucking with it. That's the main thing. Oh, awesome. There you go. So Angel did this as well. Let's see if I can get the camera to kind of focus here.
Tilt it down so it doesn't.
That's not. Oh, hey, look at that. It's sort of, the paper's a little glossy, so it's hard to.
No, it's not. It's just white.
There you go. Hey, look at that.
I had to cover up our names. I forgot to put our names there.
That's okay. There you go. She also did that. It's beautiful. And yes, regarding saving the data off of a drive, read the smart values on the hard drive. It won't actually affect the hard drive at all. But read the smart values off of it and see if the hard drive is failing. If it is, use DD or Clonezilla or whatever imaging program that you prefer. I prefer DD because it's simple. But if you like Clonezilla or whatever else, use those to get the data off the drive and put it onto a new one. But hardware failures, Linux won't save you from. A lot of the time I will see people swapping from Windows to Linux to solve hardware issues. Sometimes it works. Sometimes Linux is better at dealing with hardware issues than Windows is, but ultimately it's a band-aid solution. You need to swap out the hardware. Again, a lot of the time I'll see people swapping from Windows to Linux because they are having issues with BSODs, things like that. The answer is just stop screwing with Windows. Don't disable telemetry, etc., etc. It's fine. Is she also in the IT? No, not really, but
No.
I've been kind of teaching her.
Not at all. I know my way around a computer. There's a reason why I do, there's a reason why I'm an Apple girl.
Are you an Apple? Well, yeah, I guess. How many
You
Apple how many Apple products do you actually own?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
How many
I
do
have-
you actually own?
Okay, I have a Mac desktop, MacBook Pro laptop, AirPods, AirPod Pros are coming in the mail, iPhone, Apple Watch, iPad Mini, iPad Pro with the Magic Keyboard, not the new one, but the second to new one, with the Magic Keyboard and the Apple Pencil.
Oh my god. Okay, well, to be fair, I'm kind of a Google person myself. I do pretty much everything Google. I have a Google phone, I use Google Chrome, I use Google Maps and all that because it works best with the Google phone. I use Google Calendar, I use Gmail, Google Mail. I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 Google Homes. Yeah. She is single-handedly put it in
Yeah,
good stead.
and I get a new iPhone every year, and this is the second iPad Pro that I've had, and the second laptop that I've had. And yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's.
What can I say? I'm an Apple person.
And I'm a Google person, so I mean, I understand the whole like going into the ecosystem because everything works together really well.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
the issue is that once you like get an Apple product, if you're not careful, it's very easy to sink into that ecosystem, and there is no going back.
well, that's the thing is that again, with it's kind of the same as Google. It's you get into the ecosystem because Google Calendars works really well with Gmail. You know, you have you get something in your Gmail, and it adds itself to your Google Calendar, so you don't have to worry about it. Great.
Yeah, but that's just like software.
I know.
I'm talking about like physical stuff. Like you have an iPhone, great. Then you get the Apple Watch. You can't really get rid of your phone because then the Apple Watch won't work. So you're stuck with your iPhone.
Yeah,
Then-
Apple is better at doing that than Google is, but
Yeah.
I mean,
then-
there's still the whole ecosystem with it, so I get it.
Then you get the iPad, right? And then you're like, oh, like me, because I wanted a Kindle, but you know, I didn't want a Kindle. I wanted my
You wanted an
iPad
entertainment
mini.
platform. Yeah.
My iPad mini is like my version of a Kindle. That's all I use it for is to read books.
Yeah, it's, yeah. Budding Lumi says, me, zero and never owned one Apple product. They're just too expensive in India, and that's totally
They
fine.
are
That's fair.
very expensive here. Like,
They're expensive everywhere.
yeah, they are very expensive in general. And I will say that we are not loaded with money. I don't like go to the Apple store every weekend and get a new Apple product. I save up my money and you know, yeah, every year I get a new iPhone, but that's only because with the phone plan that I'm with, I can upgrade my phone if I want to every year.
So here's the problem, is that in the United States, lower middle class is about the equivalent to like way upper class in India.
Huh.
Yeah. So,
Well, I don't know how the whole global economics work.
yeah, the problem with you know affording things in say India is that it would be the same price here for there would be only like the super rich can afford it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
So-
didn't know.
So there's your issue, is that it's not just a, you know, save up your money kind of thing. It really is like you'd have to be super rich in India to afford something, to afford Apple products.
Well, again, I didn't know. How am I supposed to know about? Now I feel bad about owning all my Apple products. Thank you very much.
It's fine. It's just something you after after talking with a lot of people. After talking with a lot, you're welcome. After talking with a lot of people in India or like learning about different cultures around the world, you kind of you either get the sense, you know, you do the research and you say, oh, this is what it's like in this culture, you know, things like that. It's sort of similar in China. China actually does have a better middle class now, but it used to be, it did definitely used to be kind of the same as India here.
I don't really get to talk to a lot of people outside the country.
That's
so-
what this is. It's really interesting. It's cool. You get to talk to people from Australia. You get to talk to people from China. You get to talk to people from India. It's awesome. Or from Czechoslovakia, or well, the Czech Republic.
And you got on my case for calling it the wrong name.
It's Czechoslovakia. I still hold that it's Czechoslovakia. Damn it. There's literally been wars started over that.
Yeah,
But-
but
Okay, Czech Republic, whatever. Fine.
yeah, thank you, Mr. IP gentleman. But I'm not getting rid of my Apple products because remember I had a Windows laptop for like 2 months.
Yeah, you
and
didn't
I
like
couldn't
it.
I hated it. Oh my god, it was so
beautiful.
confusing. I don't understand. I was like, I couldn't get rid of that thing fast enough. And it was a nice computer too. I was very upset. It was a very nice looking computer. And it ran really well. It was just Windows and I had trouble adjusting to the OS.
Yeah, I get it. I would have trouble adjusting to Mac OS as well. Also, Alpha Wolf posted a couple links earlier. I've been kind of checking them out in the background here. So there's this new Kaiji, I guess is how you pronounce it. Malware targets IoT devices via SSH brute force attacks.
There was a comment.
That's pretty standard. I mean, honestly, it's not novel. It's just a new malware that yet again attacks SSH. You know, oh well. It's fine. No, I totally get like the hype around it because if it's spreading like wildfire, then of course there's got to be some people tracking it because yeah, that would make sense. And I'm sure most of these are honeypots. But also posted a wireless penetration testing cheat sheet, which is awesome. The thing about all of this like web cracking and the and the WPA, WPA2 cracking, stuff like that, is that you could just install Wi-Fi 2 and it works a lot better. If you want a wireless hacking cheat sheet, my thing would be git clone Wi-Fi 2. There you go. There's your cheat sheet. And then Wi-Fi-H. You don't look like you're from the United States. I am. Weird. I'm not sure.
How does he look?
Yeah, where would I look like I'm from? Maybe like Canada or something, I guess.
Canada?
Canada. Da 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 da.
I apologize if there's any Canadians watching this.
Canadians.
You look Mexican. How does he look Mexican?
Interesting.
He's white as hell.
Yeah, I'm very white.
Like, he doesn't even know how to speak Spanish.
Look at that. I literally like reflect.
Like, I don't understand. You can't even speak Spanish. You speak white boy Spanish.
I do. Rosemary says hi. Hello, Rosemary. How are you? I don't get the vibe. Oh, interesting. Well, thank you? Question mark. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not, but I am American. Very much.
America?
I said American.
Oh, I heard I am America.
I'm very much American. You look to be Switzerland. Huh. Interesting. I mean, you're hearing me talk though, right? It's very much like an American accent, I would assume, right?
He is a freaking country boy, dude.
It could be. I have had people from Switzerland be able to type in English extremely well. But I've never heard like the different accents and things from one culture to another. It's very there. You can very much tell, like, you know, an American accent from like a European accent. But if you're not used to hearing English, it's very difficult to tell. Like it's difficult to tell various accents in Spanish for me because I'm not a native Spanish speaker, and that's it would translate to other languages as well.
I'm not gonna lie, Mexican Spanish and Spain Spanish are very difficult to tell the difference between the two, but there are very subtle differences if you know what to look for.
And I can imagine it's the same thing for people who aren't native English speakers who, you know, are listening to English. They probably would be hard for them to tell the difference between like American English and European English, for example, unless they were listened to side by side. Yeah.
Or like even English like from the northwestern side of the United States and then the southern side of the United States.
Especially that, yeah. You have a funny channel that makes me smile.
He has a funny face too.
I have a funny. Oh. Wow.
It's okay. I like your funny face.
Wow. We demand to see your birth certificate. You know, that's funny. I'm not sure where it is.
Really?
One day I'll find it probably.
I can tell you exactly where it's at.
Oh, fantastic. She knows where it's at. I don't. Maybe I should know.
How have you survived? Oh wait, you didn't survive without me. I found you living in a broom closet.
Rent is expensive in where I live. Well, broom closets are expensive.
Like his broom closet was, how much were you paying for rent? Almost $1,000?
No, it was $550 a month.
For a broom closet.
Yeah, and that was actually cheap from where I was living. Like that was relatively inexpensive for where I was.
I mean, to be fair, you were living like in the heart, almost in the heart of downtown, which is very expensive.
It's very expensive.
But I found you living in a broom closet. Your room was disgustingly dirty, and I thought
it's hard to keep a room that small clean. It really is.
And
like there's a sweet spot.
You were living in a broom closet when you and I first met, and now you've upgraded to an actual room.
I know.
Like you did not survive without me.
There's a sweet spot between like a really tiny room and a really massive room that's really easy to clean. Like if a room's too big, it's hard to clean. If a room's too small, it's hard to keep clean because, you know, you put something somewhere and it immediately looks dirty.
No, your issue was you had stacks. Mm-hmm. Okay, stacks of like 4 mugs, multiple stacks of 4 mugs throughout your broom closet.
That was also fair. But to be fair, I
You
have
also had
about the
like,
same amount of clutter here, and it doesn't look nearly as bad.
No, because you don't have stacks of mugs and you don't have freaking cheeseburger wrappers all littered all over the place. Like you lived, but when I met you, you lived on coffee and cheeseburgers.
Yeah, cheeseburgers mostly.
And then
McDonald's was like maybe a 2-minute walk away from my place. So cheeseburgers.
And then you had your entire passenger seat filled with parking tickets.
Yeah. You know, it's hard to find parking when there is literally no parking.
So please, my dear, tell me how you lived and survived without me.
The nearest parking to my place was about 2 miles out. There's no way to park where I was living. You just had to kind of move the car every now and then and hope to God that you didn't get a ticket. You think off-campus placement will be much harder? Nah, I think it'll be fine. Are you both married? No, we're not.
Why do we act like it? I mean, one day, but I have been told that we argue like an old married couple.
No. Also, no, I don't think off-campus placement will be harder. I think, at least, yes, there will be more strain on it, but I think it will still be about the same come the end of the year because there have been a lot of people who have kind of prepared for this eventuality, or more specifically have just been creating more housing recently. At least where we are, there have been more efforts over the last few years to create housing, and this was coincidental. So I think it came at an appropriate time. You okay?
Yeah. This piercing is still just giving me issues.
I'm sorry. Oh, also, yes, I will be probably later today returning to Assassin's Creed Odyssey because, yeah. And Witcher.
No, but I'm curious, Rosemary, do we like act like a married couple or something? Like, I'm very curious. Because, yeah, it's been told that we argue like an old married couple and we treat each other like we're married. And I'm like, I don't understand how, like, you treat someone like you're married. I don't get that.
I don't know.
I can hear the arguing part because we argue about really stupid stuff, but...
I like the, I do like the wireless penetration testing cheat sheet, by the way. Yeah, I do like the wireless penetration testing cheat sheet, by the way. It's very 2010. Again, it's been replaced basically by one tool nowadays, but it still works. Sure. A happily married couple is beautiful. Awesome. That means you treat the other person like an actual goddamn human. Hey, fantastic. What? Treating each other like people? What? What is this madness?
You know what makes me laugh, though? When people are like, oh, you guys have the perfect relationship. You must not fight at all. And I'm just like...
No.
Do you know what being a couple means in reality?
Yeah, it's... You argue a lot still because, you know, that's what happens.
Like...
Well, not a lot, but hopefully not a lot, but...
No, I mean, like, we don't argue a lot, but we argue, like... We argue about the stupidest stuff.
We do. That's okay, though.
But no, we're not married. We've been together. How long have we been together?
Many years. 5 years, probably. 6, almost.
When's our anniversary?
April 1st, I know.
Okay, what year did we meet?
Something. Love you.
It's been 5.
Okay.
We met in
Okay.
How old are you?
I have no idea.
No, number numbers aren't your strong suit.
No, they aren't. Remembering things is hard. By the way, every time I see that face, all I can think is RIP Total Biscuit. That's where that emote comes from. It's the Total Biscuit face. You guys have an anniversary on April Fool's Day? We do, yes.
Yes, we do. And there's a funny story behind that.
Alpha Wolf says Pokechews. Pokechew.
Yeah, there's a reason why our anniversary is April 1st and not the day that we made it official.
Pikachu surprise face. Take mental note. Mental notes are hard. Also, hello, Lethal Dose 50. How are you? What is her name?
You can call me Angel.
Yep, you can call her Angel. Surprised Pikachu faces. That was your emote there. I know the memes. What is your name? I am Meg. Restream, are you really a bot? Restream is a bot. It relays chats from all the various channels because I stream on YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch, and the Restream bot relays chat from the various platforms to the other platforms. That way everyone can see like the chat from the other platforms where they are. It's nice and it's very helpful. YouTube, yay! Sysmon Destroyer, hello. Yes, YouTube's. I should make it so that way that light show goes off when people like host and things too.
I thought that's what you were gonna do.
No, I was gonna make it like a little bit prettier. Make it like, you know, radiate outward again like I did before. I have the knowledge of their true names. I'll be sharing them anytime soon. I think I do mention our actual names on occasion.
No, the gentleman mentioned your name, but he never said mine.
That's fine. I mentioned my name and probably yours on occasion too. It's not like, it's not that big a deal if I have my name out there. I just don't like constantly say it because a little bit of privacy is okay. Do you have swear filter? Yes, but she's pressing the damn button again.
I like to push buttons.
Yes. I do have a swear filter. I can say but I mean, honestly, I just prefer saying She missed.
How does it sound in the stream though?
To them it sounds like I say and then it just goes beep. Yeah.
I like pushing buttons, especially when he's streaming. I like messing with him.
Yeah, so I do have a swear filter thing that I can manually press, but I have Mixer and Twitch and I think YouTube set to mature. Yeah, like that. So it doesn't really matter. Like you have to click past. Stop it. You have to click past the whole like, you know, I'm an adult and I consent. So I can cuss all I want. It's fine.
You're an adult?
I know, it's fantastic.
I had no idea.
Cool, I wish I knew this sooner. Yeah. How many people? Huh?
I think I hit it when you were talking.
How many people to guest PL? What?
I think I kept hitting it periodically, like when we were talking.
How many people test PL? I'm not sure what PL is.
Pretty little.
I don't know. How old are you? I am 27, 8?
You're 27.
7? Okay. I'm somewhere in there. 26, 27, 28, something.
I'm 25.
Oh shit, yeah. Story time. It's the inspiration behind your channel name, Meg.
Can I tell it?
Yeah, she can tell it. It's fine. I've told it, I think, at least once every stream at this point. In some cases, twice a stream. So yeah, you can tell it.
He was hungry. Years and years and years ago, he was hungry.
Years and years and years ago, meaning around 2002, actually.
Yeah. So 10, 20 years-ish? I don't know.
Many years ago.
Math. He was hungry. What game were you playing? Was it...
RuneScape.
RuneScape. And he was like... He needed a username. And he was hungry. So he chose the egg. And apparently egg 1 through 81 was taken.
No, it wasn't quite. It was pretty close. So yeah, back in like 2002.
You were hungry. I just remember that you were hungry, and that's how your username came up.
Well,
and you were like, "I'm never gonna use this ever again," and here we are, 20 years later.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, back in 2002, RuneScape was a big thing, and I needed my first online name, and I figured, hey, this doesn't matter. I'll never use this name again. So I chose Egg because I was hungry, and the egg was taken, of course. So Egg82 was the first suggestion that I came up with. I was like, it's fine. I'll never use this again. It's cool. And so yeah, here we are, many years later, and I'm still using Egg82. In hindsight, in hindsight, I probably would have chosen a different name. Had I known I would continue using it forever, but it's fine.
Rose also says we look young.
Yes. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I do too. Because you're only as young as you feel.
I have a feeling that you're 40 plus. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Wow.
I don't.
Oh no. How old is Rose? Or Rose May or whoever. I'm assuming
you don't.
Most of my audience is well, okay, sorry. If you don't feel comfortable saying that, that's fine. But a lot of my audience is like 16, 14, 16, 18. At least the ones that have shared their age. So it could be mostly like 26, could be mostly 40, I don't know. Wow, rude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Alpha, I know you meant well, and
yeah,
you were like,
you meant well. I understand.
Yeah, but when it comes to females on the internet,
yeah,
you guess under 30 no matter what.
Yeah.
And it will take you a long time. Like, even if your mom asks, how old do I look? You say 30.
So, I'm 21. Okay, yeah. So I've noticed a couple of my audience are like 21, 26 as well, but, so, yeah, sorry. It's one of those things. By the way, Rose, Restream isn't the name, the Restream is the bot. The name actually does appear if you go to, yeah, it'll say like YouTube, Budding Learner, or Twitch Alpha Woof. That's the actual person, it's Alpha Woof. Restream is the bot, sorry. I know it's hard to figure that out sometimes, but I try and like combine all the chats, and that's like the best way I know how.
You burp a lot.
I do. Budding Learner says, I'm 15. Yep. Yeah, sounds about right for some. Like I said, it seems like some of my audience are like 14 through 16, and some of it is like 21, 25, 26. So it's a bit sporadic. I think I've talked with a couple of people who are like 40, 50 years old, and that's awesome too. Like, honestly, it's cool just talking with this kind of varying age group, just to like get different perspectives on various subjects. It's cool, interesting. Cyber deception stream in the future. Maybe actually, yeah.
Did you say strem?
Strem, yeah. It's a strem. Yeah.
Just like a creek is crek.
No.
Is that your country roots coming out?
It's a crick.
It's a creek.
It's a crick.
It's a creek.
No, strem is just it's a meme.
Well, I thought your country roots are coming out. I was gonna say, yeah,
No,
we're gonna see the country boy.
It's not country. It's just memes, online memes.
I want to see the country boy.
Okay. I am 1621. Talk like a 12-year-old. That sounds about right.
I can talk like a little baby.
To be fair, I talk like a 15-year-old. So hey.
No, sometimes you talk like a 50-year-old.
Sometimes. Apparently souls have an age. I'm an old soul. Yeah.
Me too.
I've heard that phrase a lot. I'm an old soul, or people are old souls. I've heard that a lot. I kind of get where it's like aiming at, or where what it's alluding to, but I don't know. It's hard to say for sure. A lot of get off my land. Yes. A lot of time you'll hear that from like a 14-year-old, and you're like, you have much to learn, young Padawan. So I don't know. It's abused a lot. It's one of those things that's abused.
Like you.
Yeah, like me. So cyber deception. I know you said it a lot in the past as well. Like the whole, a lot of people think that you abuse yada yada.
What?
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna make a smart-ass comment about you being abused.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was gonna say quick blink twice if you need someone to call the police. Okay. I wasn't gonna say anything else about it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm tired of talking about it, because then people are actually gonna think I'm abusive, which I'm not.
Anyway, so cyber deception stream, probably because that's what I'm gonna be focusing on over the next few days is just different tools and different techniques for kind of just cyber deception or honeypots, things like that. Because it's interesting, it's not something I've dived into a lot, and it looks like that there's new tools out there, new techniques out there that I can learn, and it looks cool and fun. So yeah, I'm gonna take a look at those, and we'll probably have a stream where I just kind of discuss more about the tools and techniques on that, but it's probably still gonna be like a sit down, chill and chat stream. It'll just be more focused at like, there will be more talking points around cyber deception and the tooling around that and the techniques, because that's what all I've learned. I'll surely be in that stream. Hey, fantastic. Yeah.
I will not, because I have no idea what he talks about when he goes into that.
Like I said, it's still going to be like a chill and chat stream. It'll just be a lot of, I'm opening this glue stick because I want to know what's in it. Okay.
It's a glue stick.
It's just Elmer's glue.
He was opening this. It's a freaking glue stick.
It's just a glue stick.
Like, what did you think was in it?
Glue?
It's extra strength, actually.
Oh, extra strength glue, extra special. Yeah. It'll still be a chill and chat stream. It'll just be kind of more talking points focused around cyber deception and things, which will be awesome. You want some help? Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see. It'll be interesting.
Stay away from my computer.
No, we're not gonna do anything with it. It's literally just gonna be chatting about like different techniques and things, kind of talking about different pointers and things. Once I actually use the tools and understand how they work and kind of implement them, I'll have more knowledge about them and be able to talk about them more. I just realized you look like Glitch. Who's Glitch?
I was thinking that same time.
Glitch. Let's find out. Glitch energy. Ah, yes, perfect. I look like a shield immunity defense. Use the coupon try shield to check out to get a free butt. What is this? Shake it up. Spend 50. Oh my god, there's so. Win a prize. Spin me. What is going on? What is just happening on my screen suddenly?
Hit the X out of it.
Hang on. Spend $50 and a free OG shaker. I look like Glitch. Okay. Level up with Glitch.
The true energy for a true gamer.
Okay. Wait, hang on. This is actually
shop.
like...
Hit shop. I want it, and then hit energy. What is this? Apparently it's like gamer stuff.
Apparently it is. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Inside Glitch's hacker bag. Hack 5 2015. Oh, okay. It's a Hack 5 thing. Okay. Oh my god. Hang on a minute. Shit. Wait a second.
Wait, hold on. Hit pause. Hit pause on this. Go back to that.
I'll be damned. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, do the screen sharing thing like you did.
Okay, hang on. I guess.
I was gonna say no with the glitch energy stuff too.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I put it into Firefox because Firefox is easier. I guess I sort of do look like Glitch a bit. He looks more like Tim when Tim was younger. I know you guys don't know who Tim is, but one of my older friends when he was younger. And Tim and I looked a bit alike as well. You know who Tim is?
No. Oh.
Yeah, but
you looked like him?
Yeah, when we were younger, he was a lot skinnier back then. Like a lot skinnier, like a twig. He was a twig back then, and he and I looked a lot alike. Okay, so Glitch.
Can I hit the button? I want to hit the button.
Sure, hang on. Wait, what is it? G-L-Y-T-C-H? G-L-Y-T-C-H? Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Here. I have to like pull my little button thing out. It's dual.
This one?
No, that's not it.
This one?
Now you're just doing this on purpose. It's called dual.
Sorry.
Why?
Because it's fun. And I told you, I like pushing buttons.
Okay. So yeah, we have glitch energy here. Oops. Here, let's. Boop. Shield immunity defense. Shake it up. Win a prize. Spin me. Look at this. It's just being inundated with.
Yeah, and then it says true energy for the true gamer. I want to see what this shit is.
All right. So we've got supplements. What the actual fuck?
Oh, no, go back up. Click on one of them. One of the barrels.
Yeah, this is like protein powder, right?
No. Protein powder is different. This is energy powder. Basically what it does is right before you work out, or if you want to stay up late or something, you take it. Increases
memory.
And it's like drinking 5 cups of coffee before you work out.
Look at the guy. It's like G Fuel, gamer powder, gamer fuel, yeah. Just drink, like slam 5 energy drinks like a normal gamer. It's fine.
Or drink Mountain Dew.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so it's oh, okay. Hang on a minute, when was this done? April 15, 2019. Someone's stepping on my turf.
I told you to make an updated video.
Maybe we will. Alright, let's see. Let's see what's in this guy's bag. This guy has better video editing than I do, by the way. Yeah, okay, I could see it. I do sort of look like him, I guess. Why does his hair constantly look greasy in this video, though? Is it just me?
No.
Welcome
okay.
To Washington. You're watching Hack 5.
I think it's Darren in that video that was just there. Basically, it's Gabi. I've never heard of this. New to me. Yeah. Secretly, it's actually crack rock cocaine.
If I had them, I'd be king. And that has absolutely nothing to do with today's episode, but it is a quote from my mom, and I kind of love it.
The audio on this is not fantastic.
The difference between men and boys are the prices of their toys. And to be honest,
agreed.
Wow.
You know me, I trust my techno lust. And you know who else does?
I like that. The difference between men and boys is the prices of their toys. I like that.
That's not... I get it. Yes, I get that it's a cool phrase, sure.
Oh,
I like...
Let me have my fun.
I like expensive toys. However, they're not always necessary.
My good friend, Glitch!
Wow.
Wow, that was terrible. Sorry about the audio.
Pacific Northwest, and we're just hanging out, and I thought...
Yeah, why does his hair look greasy? Is it just me or does his hair look greasy?
No, his hair looks greasy.
Okay.
Better place, what better person to ask? What's in the hacker bag?
So I'm using a Vism tactical bag. It's a first responders bag, and they're really
because
well
it
built.
is.
One of my main reasons for using
Probably
this bag is the front flap flips open, so you have access to everything in your main pouch.
You can hear the camera zooming in and out.
It's beautiful.
While it's on your shoulder. You don't have to take it off your shoulder to get access to everything. This is my soldering kit, and I'm using a TS80 iron.
Okay, question.
Soldering kit?
Question.
A portable soldering kit.
Why would you need a portable soldering kit? Like, who does soldering on the go? Out of curiosity, like, okay. Well, please do what's in my hacker bag 2020.
Yeah, if you don't listen to me, listen to him.
I will be doing an updated what's in my bag, but it won't be a hacker bag because it's gonna be different and weird, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to friggin' do something like that. Hardware hacking on the go, I guess, but if you're going to a convention like DEF CON, sure, yeah, take some like on-the-go soldering stuff with you because, yeah, that makes sense, right? You're going to a soldering convention, or you're going to the soldering workshop or something, right? That's fine. Take that with you. If you're going somewhere and planning on doing soldering, great. Take a soldering kit with you. But 99% of the time, it's going to be sitting in your bag useless.
it's just a USB-C powered iron. There's some tweezers in here, your cable to run it, normal soldering stuff. I always carry a voltmeter as well, multimeter, clamp.
Again, multimeter, great if you're going somewhere specifically to be doing hardware hacking or hardware soldering or hardware electronics, whatever, then great, take the stuff with you. But again, 99% of the time, you're not going to be using this. It's just going to sit in your bag being useless. And on top of that, it's not just going to be sitting in your bag being useless, it's going to be sitting in your bag waiting to get stolen. Although any hardware hacking can be done on the go, they can probably be done by connecting ends with a paper clip. Yeah, that's true. Brother takes a pre-workout one day, took one full scoop of it, and his heartbeat... Oh, Jesus Christ.
You don't take there's a reason why people do like half a scoop. And
yeah.
I think that's what that glitch powder is, is it's a pre-workout, and it makes you feel... I've taken it, not that, but I've taken a pre-workout. It makes you feel very jittery. Like you've just drinking 5 cups of espresso, coffee, double shot, and yeah, it's a lot of people take it before they work out for more to last longer. Again,
slam like 5 Red Bull before you start gaming like a normal gamer. It's fine. Or slam 5 gamer fuel or whatever it is. Just be a normal gamer and just slam friggin' energy drinks.
Then the WeHa bit set. I don't normally use all of the bits in this set, but I could probably minimize this, I think.
Portable screwdriver, you can minimize that? You can minimize like half the other shit in your bag. Before you, that is the most useful tool that you've shown us so far. To be fair, you've only shown us 3 things, but of those 3 things, that is the most normally useful thing that you've shown us. Be a normal gamer and induce cardiac arrest. Exactly.
SDR, I don't normally carry this. It's just a nice thing to have.
Hey, what is that?
Minimize this, I think. I'm SDR. I don't normally carry this.
So software-defined radio. Yeah, I wouldn't normally carry that either.
It's just a nice thing to have. Software-defined radio, and it does. I think it's like 30 megahertz to 3.8 gigahertz. It's good for all kinds of fun stuff, GSM and so on. So
it is fun to show off a bunch of toys, but no, most of these you aren't going to use. I'll bet you. Daily basis, not going to be useful, even as a hacker. I'm so glad that we still have my older brother to play cricket with. Me too.
So I have tinnitus, and that's basically ringing of the ears. And so I always have multiple ways to listen to music and just fill dead air. And so this is just a little cheap MP3 player. There's some things that can be better about it. The brightness is actually, at night, it's too much. But it works, it plays music. On top...
old school MP3 player. Great, but why not use your phone? That's what phones do these days. They are MP3 players all combined into... I was like...
Yeah, do you remember the time when there was you had your phone and then you had your MP3 player?
Yeah, I do. It was when Apple first came out with iPhone 2 or something like that, it was an awesome thing because it combined your iPod into a phone. And that was the big selling point of that. So yeah, you can totally use MP3 players. I'm not against that, but why not just use your phone? Because it'll save space. It's one extra thing you don't have to carry, right? I almost got that in time.
It got hot in here, I'm sorry.
You're fine. This is why I closed those windows, because this happens. Hey, Apple has a lot of points. Holy shit.
I always have on me. It's too
Okay.
much, but it works. It plays music. On top of the headphones I always have on me, I have earbuds. These are Bluetooth ones, SoundBud Flows. They're pretty...
Okay, so why have headphones and earbuds, though? Out of curiosity.
Same reason why I have 2 Bluetooth headphones and a pair of earbuds in my backpack all the time.
Why?
Because A, I forget to charge the Bluetooth ones, and B, sometimes I'm at a computer where it doesn't have Bluetooth.
Okay.
The computer in the student government office. Sometimes I like to listen to stuff or watch videos on there, and it doesn't have...
So why not carry just a wired... Why not carry a single wired set of earbuds then?
Because then I have to carry a dongle for my phone.
Yeah, and it takes up this much space.
Because I lose stuff.
Okay, I guess.
I like don't judge me, okay? I like having backups for my backups.
That's fine.
Like, I will
it's good
literally
having
carry-
extra cables, but if you forget to charge something, just bring a charging cable, because then
I
you
do.
can charge that and other things at the same time.
You've seen my electronic bag. It's literally just cables, charging
Yeah,
cables.
that's fine.
But I like having the wired headphones as like the last case scenario as a backup in case whatever, and then I have the Bluetooth ones that go around my neck, and then I have my AirPods.
I don't know.
Sometimes the Bluetooth ones die, and then I have my AirPods as a backup.
So myself personally, I just have one pair of earbuds and adapters for that pair, one adapter for that pair of earbuds to my phone. Like, I can plug my earbuds into pretty much everything. I have not come across anything that I haven't been able to plug my earbuds into yet.
Yeah, speaking of which, we should probably get you a set of Bluetooth earbuds.
I don't need them. I don't need them. I just said I haven't been able to find anything that I haven't been able to plug my earbuds into.
Okay, so then don't judge me for having 3 sets of earbuds.
I don't understand you people. This one tingling one set of earbuds is not enough, I know, right?
I only untangle 1 set. I have 2 Bluetooth.
Phones do not have a headphone jack, but that's why you bring an adapter. I agree with Angel. I don't know. Mine does XP. Again, I just have one pair of earbuds, and I carry one adapter that plugs into my phone, and I haven't yet come across anything ever that I've not been able to plug my earbuds into, or that I've needed to. It just hasn't happened.
Maybe I should do a what's in my backpack for you so you can understand everything that I carry.
Maybe.
Decent. And then I also have these ones, which are basically earplug style, and they're great because they sit far enough inside your ear that you can sleep with them in. I really like them.
Just bring changeable tips, like interchangeable tips, I guess.
Well, because if you do that, sometimes they're a little bit more bulky, and it hurts.
Yeah, but then you just change the tips. Yeah, but then, you just change the tips and it's fine.
Effort.
It's not that much. It takes like 2 seconds. You carry it in the same little bag
maybe
thing.
Not all of, maybe we want
Or
to be
you just
as
don't
efficient
change the
with our
tips.
time as possible, and
Or you just don't change the tips and use something that's relatively comfortable. I like the Comply foam tips. Those are awesome.
I don't like those. It makes me feel like my ears are plugged.
Yeah, just find one that you like. But I like the Comply foam tips. The sports ones are really awesome. They're super comfortable. I just use those all the time. It works. They're relatively noise canceling and they're super comfortable. Logic and rational thought need not apply to illogical and irrational persons. That's true.
Thank you.
But that's true, I guess.
This is just the case they came in, so spare.
I'm trying to like review this video as like, what would I take out of this, or what would I use from this backpack, or what would I if I had this backpack, what would I strip out and what would I keep? I would strip out most of this so far. The screwdriver set is freaking awesome though. I would totally keep that. Okay.
Phone. I always have a spare phone. This is just an essential PH1.
What's your primary phone?
That is a ZTE Axon M.
Hang on. You carry 2 phones? Why? What's the purpose?
You carried 2 phones at one point too.
Yeah, but that was when I was trying out when I was trying out a different phone for different things, and ultimately didn't work. And not for me.
You found a way to make it work.
Like, okay, but I'm asking, like, why would you carry 2 phones on you? Generally speaking, you don't need 2 phones. There's no particular reason to have 2 phones. I've tried it for a while. I've discovered, hey, it doesn't work for me because, as it turns out, having 2 phones is kind of cumbersome.
Okay, well, just because it doesn't work for you doesn't mean it doesn't work for him.
Yeah, it's
like
great.
IP Gentleman said, well, isn't that the whole thing? A personalized hacker backpack for every hacker.
And yeah, that's fine. Again, if you found a way to make 2 phones work, great. But I'm asking is like, how? Like, what does it do? What does it benefit? What benefit do you get from having 2 phones? So, or what benefit does he get from having 2 phones? Why does he carry 2 phones on him? And yeah, personalized hacker bag for each and every hacker, and that's fine. I'm just wondering how useful 90% of the stuff in this backpack is to him, or how useful it would be to other people. Burn a phone for social engineering, yeah, but how often is that useful? Like, how often do these things just stay in the bag versus how often do they actually get used, right? I thought this is a gaming channel. It is sometimes. I do hacking, gaming, and just general chit-chatting. So I do a lot of that. Yeah, occasionally I put out hacking or gaming videos, and occasionally I put out hacking videos, and occasionally I do, you know, streams where we just chill and chat and watch videos together. There's a lot of stuff that I do, and it's fun. It's all fun. So if you're into that, just watch those. We have a true hacker here. Yeah. I don't know. It's my biggest issue with these kinds of backpacks is that you stuff as much things as you can into one small space, and maybe one day most of it's useful. But generally, most of it just sits in your bag and does nothing and just is waiting to get stolen. You know, both working on information security. Yeah. Me too, yeah. I think a lot of the people here are working in some sort of security field. A lot of the people who are in the chat, I think. One of those hacking and one for normal daily life things. Sure, but why not just carry a laptop for hacking? Because the laptop is going to be far more powerful most of the time.
Okay, will you play the video and stop criticizing him, please?
I'm just asking, like, how often are these things useful?
This is just the case they came in, so. Spare phone. I always have a spare phone. This is just an essential PH1.
What's your primary phone?
That is a ZTE Axon M, and I like it because it's a dual display phone. It's like a 2-year-old phone. It's $150 refurbished, $200 new, and dual screens. It replaces a tablet. I don't carry a tablet anymore.
Hey, fantastic. If you can find a way to replace the tablet and like slim down your backpack even more, great. You can ditch a laptop if you need to. Yeah, you can. It's harder to do laptop things on a phone or a tablet.
So, in the front here, I have my main battery, and this is a bit excessive, but it is
Jesus Christ.
That is huge.
A bit excessive. Holy fuck. Like, here's mine, and even this one's kind of excessive. This is the Anker portable charger thing. It's super nice because you can just plug it directly into a wall, but, like, even this is a little excessive. And that thing's massive.
Of my main battery.
Jesus.
And this is a bit excessive, but it is an OmniCharge 20. And it's got dual power distribution, 60
watts fucking LCD screen.
On either one, 100 watts combined. It's an awesome little power pack. It's not too little, and that's the thing I'd change.
It's not too little. It's not. Yes, I would. If anything, I would not call that little. It's probably heavy too. Like, again, imagine carrying this on your back. How much use do you get out of this versus like another Hey, I was talking. How much use do you get out of this versus something that's much smaller and lighter?
This thing's heavy, it's bulky, it just barely fits in this front pocket. If I were to change something, this is a major one I'd be looking at. Yeah,
me too. Also, I think I would carry something bigger than that. Jeez. Go big or go the fuck home, I guess. Go with the power cord too, yeah. It's tiny. That's tiny. What about carrying a car battery? But oh yes, of course, the car battery. How could I possibly forget? You constantly need 12 volts.
Cables, well, need I say more? And then this is a great little power brick. It's just an iHome, does 45 watts USB-C or power distribution, and then two 2.1 amp ports. And it'll do all of that at full bore, no problem.
Okay, so why a power brick and also, or like why that power adapter and also your battery? Like why both? Is there a reason that you can't plug your battery into the wall instead and just go off the battery power, or?
Because he's traveling?
Yeah, but I mean, like, in that case, why not just the battery? Like, you could, anywhere that you can find an outlet, you can plug that battery into, right?
On an airplane?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm saying you use the battery pack on an airplane,
yeah.
And then when you get off the airplane, you plug it in to charge it.
Yeah, but why use this then? Why use the wall adapter? Why use the wall outlet? It's just an extra thing that you have to carry in your bag that seems kind of useless to me, because you could just use the battery instead. Anywhere that you can find an outlet, you can plug your battery into.
Exactly, to you. This isn't catered to you. It's catered to him.
I know. I'm just saying, like, what is the point of carrying both of these? Like, Why
Because
would you
it's
carry
a
both?
7-minute video, and if he were to explain why he carries everything else, I'm pretty sure it would turn into a 30-minute video.
I did that. I did exactly that in my hacker's backpack video. I explained why I carry those things, and it still turned out to be like a 12-minute video. It was clear and concise, but he doesn't seem to explain why he's carrying like two things.
It's just showing what's inside Glitch's backpack.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't get it.
It's a hacker bag. This might not be his everyday bag.
The output on both are different. How? Like, okay, so
Excuse me while I go bang my head against the wall.
you can power your electronics and shock the nipples in your ears at the same time with the car battery, of course. Yes, I didn't even read that. I'm sorry. Yes, the most efficient use of car batteries. The output of both are different. Are they though? Because you're basically just using this to charge your phone, right? Why not just use the battery for that? Wall adapter plugs into American and European outlets. I mean, you could get just cables that adapt to those. If you're planning on going to a European country, then you would want to carry adapters for those sockets. But generally, you're probably carrying this around with you all the time, and you're going to be using the plugs that you're, around. So if you're in America, you're probably going to be using American-style plugs. There's no reason to carry different adapters. We really missed the chance for hack backpack, or why hacker bag. I did that back in like 2017. I did the, what's in my hacker's bag, but I actually explained what each thing is doing in my bag, and it still only took like 12 minutes. Does America have 120 volts or 220 volts? 120. Also, you're thinking 240 volts, but 120 volts.
It's nice and compact, it's relatively light. So up here I have the Osmo Pocket, and this is a great little gimbal. I have been very much enjoying using it. And
okay.
There you go. Comes with a nice little carrying case, keeps it all protected.
That's adorable. I like that. I would probably carry that with me. That's fine.
And it's just, I really enjoy using it.
I agree with Angel, says Petting Learner. Okay.
With what? I don't know, I said a lot.
No, with
Do you agree?
continuing on the video, probably. That's fair.
Well,
Carrying case keeps it.
Well, that's what we're doing.
that's what I'm asking. What does he agree with? Because I said a lot of things, so I would like to know specifically what you agree with.
Oh, yeah. We all agree with Angel. Yeah, I like the little gimbal camera. That's really neat. I would, if I were going out and actually doing videography, filming, whatever, right, I would probably carry something like that on me. It's something similar, if not that exact thing. Sure. Okay.
Enjoying using it. And, yep, there you go. Comes with a nice little carrying case, keeps it all protected. And it's just, I really enjoy using it. I keep it on me as well as my RX100, which we're using at the moment.
RX100, Alec.
And on the bottom of that RX100 is a handheld tripod. And I got this for the DJI Pocket, and it just keeps the phone locked in as well as the camera, so you don't have the USB port wiggling, you're not putting any stress on anything. Cold shoe for a mic if I wanted. It's just a great little piece to go with the Pocket. To go along with my camera gear, the
My favorite part of this video is all the car noise in the background.
Pocket specifically, I've got this lav mic and this.
They're outside. What do you expect?
I know, and just the audio quality on this video isn't fantastic. Also, why are they filming it outside?
Because it's
Why
a
not
nice
inside?
day. They probably wanted to get outside.
Okay. Video production, something difficult, something, sacrifices
And to be fair, Alpha IP Gentleman knows me and Egg in real life.
and everything.
So Egg knows a lot more about stuff than I do. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, this is me reviewing this kind of hacker bag in like my own sort of sense. Like, what would I, take out of it? What would I keep? Why would I be using these things? Again, this hacker bag isn't aimed at me, of course. It's aimed at, this guy who uses it, and that's fine. But the only perspective I can give is my own, so that's what I'm doing. Videos outside prove these guys aren't legit hackers, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, you must film everything inside in the dark with hoodies on, and over your head, as a true hacker, right? It did it on the go. Yeah, I'm just asking, like, why outside? Danny Gaming, hello. We're watching this video, so let's continue watching it.
Lav mic adapter. This is just a Sony stereo mic. It's not too bad. This is $54. It's kind of ridiculous, but yeah, that works well.
That's
and
okay.
then SD cards, because you can never have too much storage. Little SD card reader, it's pretty quick. Batteries for headphones.
Wait, hang on. Why SD cards for storage though? Like, why not USBs? Because
SD cards are smaller.
they're smaller, I guess. But with the okay, hang on. Is he just carrying them loosely, or is he carrying them? No, he's carrying them in a sleeve. So you could take up the same amount of space with just a couple of flash drives that are much larger.
Not necessarily, because those are pretty thin.
Yeah, but look at the case.
Yeah,
so
the case is still pretty thin compared to a regular flash drive. The case is thin.
that case looks like it could. Let's see. Yeah, that case looks like it could be it is 2 cases. Looks like you could do 4 USB drives on that. 4 like standard size USB drives.
Okay.
And those are carrying how many
Storage.
micro SD cards or SD cards? If they're SD cards, then they're super space inefficient. If you're looking for space efficiency, what I'm saying is that like that's probably not the way to go. SD cards, because then you have to carry the adapter too, which can get lost. Hoodie and or fedora with a trench coat, of course. How can I insert Linux into dev null? You do DDIF dev SDA OF dev null. There you go. Please do explain standard size USB. So I say standard size. What I mean is like something you get at Micro Center. Like in those free bins, those are like normal sized USBs. They're like be that big. Yeah, something around this size. This one's a bit more weighty than what you normally get. The ones that are like super cheap plastic ones for like $2 are super light, and this one's a little bit thicker and a little bit bulkier, but generally around that size. So you could fit 4 USBs in. Okay, well this one's just fancy.
No, show it.
Okay,
It's a USB.
It's I guess sure, but like standard like cheapo USBs. Or USB sticks, thumb drives, whatever you want to call them. You could do 4 of them with much higher capacity in that same size and weight. So I don't know, you're not being space efficient with it. If that's your excuse, my rebuttal is that that's not space efficient. There's other reasons to use SD cards, like, hey, I use a camera. Great, in that case, SD cards. But, if your only reason for doing that is space efficiency, USB drives are the way to go. 1 terabyte SSD is not very big. Yeah, you could also like have a portable hard drive, which would be fine. Please send the chat command because I can write it. You wouldn't want to install Linux to dead null. It's a very space efficient way to install Linux. I think we must carry a 1 terabyte SSD. No,
Yes.
I think not.
Yeah, it's plugged into the computer right there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I wouldn't recommend carrying that around all the time unless you want that to be like your main. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. These guys. These are super light and cheap and tiny. They're fine. Yeah, you can carry around like a 1 terabyte SSD, and if that's what you like, then go for it. But generally, if you want to be space efficient, the flash drives are the way to go.
Little SD card reader, it's pretty quick.
And my other issue is that the SD card readers, that you have to have a reader along with your SD cards. If you lose the reader, then your SD cards are useless. If you lose a flash drive, then you have another.
Batteries for headphones and mice and whatever else.
Okay,
and
fair
to
enough.
go along with something that I keep in my pocket, this is my Nightcore flashlight. And it's a great little right angle flashlight that I love because it comes with this strap that I always keep in my bag. And this just goes together like this. And suddenly you have a headlamp that is also a flashlight.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so if you're cruising around on some sketchy streets and you need a little more light, this is great.
Hey, that's fantastic. Awesome. Yeah. I would skip the batteries and go for USB chargeable things instead. Since you have that massive fucking battery in there, you might as well.
Just the person whose headphones is charged by batteries.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if I'm going to carry, right, this massive fuck off battery in my bag specifically to charge things, I would probably want to also include things that can be charged with that battery. That's just my opinion though. I mean, I use the earbuds that I do because I like the earbuds, and I don't care that much that I have to maybe carry an extra, 3 AAA battery alongside it. But, if you're carrying that many batteries, you might as well just go for the USB chargeable stuff. SDs would be easier to conceal than a flash drive for stuff like keyloggers, etc. Yeah, they would. I agree. You can get tiny flash drives though. Like, I have like a really tiny flash drive that sticks out like that much from the computer. It's freaking adorable. So you can get small flash drives if you really need them. I just don't see the reason of SD cards over flash drives. That's what I'm saying. Did you increase the speed at which we get points? I did not, no. Points are used for the giveaways, which I will be doing later on.
And it's really bright too. I think it's like 1100 lumens.
Holy shit.
Down here in this little pouch, I just have some cables, and of course all the Hack 5 goodies.
No word from our sponsor.
Domain.com headline identity.
Far on the.
All right, so I like the Hack 5 goodies, of course. Hack 5 goodies are always good. Great. Carry those with you. Still, USB would stick out of it. How often do people check their SD slots? How often do people have SD slots?
Shoulder here, I have my ham radio. It's just a Baofeng UV5R. Nothing too special.
Ham radio, I could see, okay. The ham radio is one of those things that I personally would not carry. However, I could see the type of person that would want to carry that on them. Great. A lot of the rest of this is like, there's more efficient ways to do it, there's more space efficient, or there's better ways to do these. That's one of those things where if you're the type of person who uses ham radio, who likes it, then that would be something that you could carry on you, and I could totally see that. It's just the rest of this is a bit weird. Do we get points to win the giveaway? Yes, you get points just by watching and chatting and things. I don't think I've seen many laptops that don't have an SD card slot somewhere. Laptop, sure. I'm talking like other, like if you're going around hacking things, you're probably going to be in a building hacking desktops. It's rare that you'll find SD card slots there. But with laptops, yes, I do see often SD card slots in laptops.
On the side, I have my antenna. Nice big whip antenna. This is a Nagoya NA320A.
Yeah, cool.
It's about the longest antenna that I can fit in this bag without it sticking out somewhere. And that just screws on as you'd expect it to.
That's awesome.
On the side here, Wi-Fi Pineapple, which I mainly keep for the purposes of having the extra battery. Like whenever.
Wait, what?
Wi-Fi Pineapple, which I mainly keep for the purposes of having the extra battery.
How much battery do you go through? Like, holy shit, man. Like, I get having a Wi-Fi Pineapple on you, that's great, but like, just for having an extra battery? Like, how much battery do you possibly need? Holy shit. Did you have a look at the XPS? The XPS 2020, I did not. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, GGVQ9. I appreciate it. Yeah. How do I see my points? You do exclamation point points in chat and it'll give you your points. I did not have a look at the XPS 2020 yet. Hello, how would you start to learn to code? Hello, GGVQ9. I started learning development by ActionScript 3, which I don't recommend. I would start learning currently with Python 3. Try that. Go look up some Python 3 tutorials. It's awesome. It's a great learning environment. Then you just need a USB adapter for the SD card. Wait, yeah, I know, right? Search on... go for JavaScript, search on YouTube. I don't know, I'd start with JavaScript. I would start with Python. Python's easier to pick up than JavaScript. It's amazing. Perfect. I will take a look at the SPS 2020 after this in Java. Nah, I'd start with Python, honestly. Python's going to be easier to start off with than Java. Your profile picture actually matches your face. I know. I actually tried to do that. There's a purpose to that.
Like whenever you need a pineapple, you've got a pineapple. And then water bottle.
Pineapple.
Just a thermos flask, nothing too special. And the Gonex water bottle carrier on the side here.
I mean, there are better water bottles. Why not choose a better bottle?
Alpha card and antenna.
Like, do you not agree? Why not choose? You have all these expensive toys. You have like thousands of dollars worth of toys in this bag. Why not get a better water bottle?
Yeah, I actually kind of agree with that. If you have the money to get the toys, then you should get the water bottle.
Right? Okay. I mean, you spent so much money on this bag. Why not?
Even though, like, better quality water bottles aren't really that expensive.
They really aren't.
Like my
Spend the extra, what, 60, 70 bucks
Not
at
even.
most? Again, like super high end, very expensive, like they're like 60, 70 bucks. High end water bottles are like 40 bucks.
Yeah, like honestly, if you want a Hydro Flask that is, I think, 32 ounces, that is gonna cost you about $30.
Yeah, exactly. I can't tell if this is you. Yeah, it is me. I'm in Twitch and YouTube. Hey, fantastic.
And in the back, a comb.
The alpha
because
card.
My hair is ridiculous. And that just
Fair enough.
leaves this guy. This is my canister drone. This is a little project I've been working on for a while.
Oh, neat.
And as the name implies, it is to be canister fired, or more specifically, out of a 40mm airsoft grenade launcher. And it's designed to be really compact, really easy
Why?
to use, and eventually there will be 6 of them. I've been building this on my channel, youtube.com/glitch.
Great. I just, why? like personal projects are always fun to carry around with you. I just, what is the purpose of this one? What does it do? Why?
For quite a while, and I'm hopefully going to be getting it to a state where it's flying pretty quickly, and it's meant to be equipped with sensors like thermal cameras, daylight cameras,
Okay.
radio repeaters, anything that can aid search and rescue efforts.
Oh, cool.
Which I have to say, of all of the gear in your kit, and as somebody who has traveled the globe with very much similar kind of gear, that's the one that I'm most excited about. This search and rescue drone is absolutely sick. So if you haven't already checked out Glitch's YouTube channel, you have to go and check this out. I've been watching this project progress, and it's really heartwarming to see like what's possible when you're making your own PCBs and stuff. That's pretty fantastic. I know you also published some stuff about this on your Twitter. Where can people follow that?
That is
All right, so this is all the plugging stuff. I like that. That's nice. So did somebody donate $20 for streaming? They did a very long time ago, but I still like to kind of put that up to recognize that happened. It was about a year, maybe a year and a half ago that someone did donate. If you donate, you actually get on the list. You get on that like little scoreboard thing, and I like to recognize the donations even though they happened a long time ago.
because
Like,
you're
it's really cool.
appreciative.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's something that people don't do very often. What can I do with points? So with points, when I do giveaways, you'll be able to enter into those giveaways with your points. I don't do them super often, but I do them on occasion.
Yeah, my hoodie should be here soon.
Yeah, maybe you'll.
I made a custom hoodie.
She got herself a custom hoodie. It was fantastic.
Yeah, just for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of that stuff in the bag was either redundant or didn't need to be there or could be replaced by something smaller or better or more efficient. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, it's every hacker's backpack is tailored to the individual hacker. If you find all that stuff useful, great. But I can only offer my perspective. So that's my perspective, is I would probably replace or get rid of a lot of that. I think for showing off, that backpack was excellent. For, saying like, here's all the toys that I have that I bought over the years, that backpack is great. For Darren, actually, he was saying that he uses a lot of that stuff too. The thing about him is he travels around the world and does talks and presentations on that kind of gear. So of course he's going to want to carry it around with him. He's going to use it constantly. So for him, that's great. For a regular average Joe, not so much. For someone who is getting into hacking, some more of it might be useful on a daily basis, but not all of that, not for sure. So it's like basically he combined a everyday bag and a hacker specific bag into one bag and then just wants to show it off. And that's totally fine, but that's not useful for the vast majority of people. My bag would consist of 2 laps. Hacker backpack, yeah. Yeah, I have a welding machine in my hacker backpack. Yeah, it's one of those things that it's cool to show off, and that's great, but it's not going to be useful for a vast majority of people, I think. But again, that's kind of what, hacker bag is for. It's for you as the person. You can use it just to show off, or you can use it for everyday stuff, or you can use it for hacking, or you can use it for whatever. That's fine. With the term hacking, what do you foresee it as? Like, if your perspective, what are you hacking? What kind of hacking? Hacking is a big umbrella term. Hacking, my best definition that I've ever heard of hacking is making something do something it wasn't originally designed to do. And that is a massive umbrella. So, Arduino falls under hacking. Just programming Arduinos is totally hacking. Hacker backpack, the hacker mug boosts your typing speed. Exactly. It's perfect. So you can do pretty much anything you want, and it's, it can be classified as hacking. Just take something and make it do something else that it wasn't originally designed to do. There you go. That's hacking. So there's so much that falls under it. It's hard to say for sure. Like with your hacking, you're like cracking into accounts, etc. That's one small piece of it. Yeah. Sure. That is hacking, but
you personally don't do that.
No, me personally, I do not. And there's so much other, again, it's a massive umbrella. There's so much else that you could be doing. And you have to, as a hacker, you have to know that perspective exists. If you're sitting there saying, like, I'm a hacker because I, cracked an account or whatever, that's great. But what else have you done? Like, what have you contributed to the open source community? What have, and that's one small illegal piece of it. Yeah, it's sometimes illegal, yes. What have you contributed to the open source community? What have you done with Arduino recently? What have you done with, what have you done with IoT devices recently? What have you done with cryptography recently? What have you done with research? What white papers have you read, right? That's one small part of it, but there is so much more that you have to be aware of constantly. You have to keep up on news all the time in order to really say, like, yeah, I'm into the hacking scene. I mean, you can say all you want, like, yeah, I cracked this person's Wi-Fi. That's great. But if you really want to be involved in the hacking scene, you have to keep up on these other topics as well. It's not all about cracking Wi-Fi. It's not all about cracking passwords. There's so much more to it. Yeah, I was meaning you personally. Me personally, I do a lot of Arduino stuff. That's my hacking. I build boards. I just prototyped and built my own audio amplifier that's coming in the mail in a couple of days. That's hacking, and that's awesome. I hacked it together, right? I'm typing 150 miles per hour, yeah, words per minute. I'm a hacker man. I accidentally turned off my computer by opening a game. Perfect.
I don't think that can be considered hacking, though.
If you did it intentionally, sure.
It said it wasn't intended. That wasn't intended.
Oh, well, it's... If you did it intentionally, then that's hacking, yeah. Hey, it's Charles Delancey Jr. How's it going?
Hello.
Hello, you, by the way, you joined in once again at the very end of the stream, so I apologize. Speaking of very end of the stream, I do have... Hey, look at this. Plug time.
Look at you. I am proud.
I am proud of myself too. I can actually do this. I do have YouTube, Twitch, and I have an Instagram. So if you don't already follow me on YouTube or subscribe to me on YouTube, you totally should, because I do videos on YouTube. If you've joined from YouTube, then great. Follow me on Twitch if you like this type of stream, if you enjoy just sitting here and chatting. And if you want to see cool behind the scenes posts and pictures and things that I just kind of post randomly sometimes, Instagram is a good place to follow me as well. So do all that. And yeah, advice for a script kiddie, get into programming, learn Python. So enjoy.
Learn Python. That's the advice, and that's the answer to everything in the universe.
It's the answer, Python. Yeah. Learn Python. Seriously, everyone should learn Python. Like, everyone should learn Python. Just to automate themselves out of jobs, at the very least. But yes, so speaking of, I think we're going to call it a stream for today. I greatly appreciate everyone coming here and joining me. Like I said, if you haven't followed yet, if you like this type of content, then I will be doing more of it. Just follow and, be notified when I go live. So that way you can actually join on time, Mr. Charles Delancey Jr. But yeah, don't have too much fun, guys. Instead of saying I cracked Wi-Fi, I could say I made people give me the Wi-Fi password, aka social engineering. Yeah, exactly. Social engineering is another part of hacking. Perfect. But yeah, if you want to be notified of streams and things, follow, subscribe, all the happy fun stuff. If you want to see weird shit that I do sometimes behind the scenes, then, you know, Instagram's a great place to follow me. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Enjoy. See you guys on Monday? Monday,
No,
yes.
You can't do it on Monday. Because you have your practice.
Oh yeah. So, well, maybe a later stream on Monday or something, I'm not sure. So we'll find out.
We'll keep you updated on Instagram.
We will keep you updated on Instagram, exactly. Enjoy. Quit. Yes. There's a button here that I found it. Bye.